Good morning, good
Oh,
afternoon, good evening, or
no.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, Star Wars enjoyers. I am Logan Pedig, also known as Admiral Pi, here with my lovely co-host, Justin Mirashiro, also known as JagTech or Hazardville. Today we are bringing you the second table for the top eight, which will be Sam Tashima versus Steven Cellucci.
Yeah, and certainly from what they played yesterday, we were anticipating that this would be a very extended game. Although, I mean, they're obviously allowed to change, so maybe they're not bringing the exact same decks as they were. But both these guys played QMC in the Swiss portion. And then Sam played Shadow Collective while Steven was on Thrawn. Um, So I
And
mean, yeah, if it was if
no
it was
matter
those
what they
matchups, there'd be a lot of moving around and probably not a lot of damage.
But knowing both of these players, they're both very methodical. So even if they decided to change up decks for day two, it's still very possible we see a game that goes to time and there's 20 life force left for each player. Obviously not going to be 20, but for exaggeration, that's what we'll say.
And based on the plan that it looks to me like excuse me, Sam's going to be on the bottom part of our screen. Since this is the top eight, it is going to be match play, so they're going to play to differential, and they'll play both sides. And if either of them wins both games, they'll advance. If they each win one, whoever has the higher diff will advance. And Steven Cellucci was our number 2 seed out of the Swiss portion, so he is going to get to decide which side he wants to play first. Um, and as a reminder, because this is, I guess it's not really new because we've been doing it for a little while, but it is unusual if you're used to um, the older, um, the older top eight tournament format. The matchups were not decided until this morning, so Steven knew that he was going to play one of the 5 through 8 seed, but didn't know which one. So in terms of his deck preparation, he couldn't pick a deck specifically to beat Sam. Is the point, and vice versa. Also, Sam didn't know which of the top four he would be playing. So it means they kind of have to pick um, more like organically strong decks as
Hmm.
opposed to like pinpointing, oh, I know this person likes this, so I'm going to play this deck.
Yeah, I feel like there are benefits to both sides. When you randomize the matchups, it forces players to either play for the field or play for the stronger decks or just, you know, it it doesn't allow for people to know exactly who they're going to play against. But at the same time, if you know who you're going to play against and you can out mind game them, there's an aspect of skill to that as well. You are just uh, soul reading, as we like to call it.
Yeah, something that kind of was in play for the Gem PC, um, and a lot of times for online majors that'll end up
Hmm.
being the case. But for the live majors, we've kind of moved more to this format, and personally, I kind of like it a little bit more. I feel like the decks can get like a little bit inbred to the point where like the conventional wisdom, right, was like, oh, when I'm looking at decks for the tournament, like decks, like what did well at this event, was like, well, don't look at the day two decks because those are all going to be chosen for the top eight. It might be chosen specifically to beat this one player, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best deck to play. And wow, speaking of
So,
changing decks,
so
um,
Steven decided to run it back with Thrawn. Sam did not play hidden base last yesterday.
nope.
Um, that's a new one.
That is going to be pretty interesting because one of the things that we said about Thrawn when we were covering in the Swiss rounds was that um, it's very difficult to contest Thrawn in space, and then the caveat was unless you went
Are a
all,
space only
yes,
deck.
unless you went all in on space. It's like, well, it doesn't get too much more all in on space than a hidden base. um, now,
That
um,
Is that Taco Bell in the chat?
That is Taco Bell in the chat. Yes.
See, I thought Taco Bell was a TTO player. I don't understand why you were playing Thrawn.
um, Bill, I think is telling us that Sam did play hidden base in Atlanta, and his only loss was to Taco Bell playing Thrawn. So now, as I'm thinking about it, I know. So we saw Stephen reading the hidden base objective there because for those of you who are unfamiliar, the hidden base objective was errated by Decipher. So if you're looking at your physical card, that's not really what it does anymore. Sam's going to have to deploy 5 battleground systems, including the hidden base, before he can flip. And then once he flips, excuse me, Steven will be able to probe for the hidden base on his any deploy phase rather than any move phase. Now we've seen a couple of variations of hidden base running around fairly recently. I'd say the probably most commonly copied one was the one played by Johnny Chu at Worlds 2 years ago.
In Jersey or Atlanta?
I think it was I think it was Worlds in Atlanta, um, and
Okay.
it was the one with a number of non-unique starfighters, but not like a million of the same one. And I want to say 6 to 8 copies of It Can Wait. Um,
Yep.
yeah, planning on just bouncing them over and over and over and over again, and doing a bunch of space damage.
I had the honor of playing against Johnny Chu at both of the past worlds when he was playing his hidden base. And even with security precautions non-V, the anti-hidden base one, I still lost that game by 30 both times. So,
uh,
uh,
Sam
Johnny Chu is like a really good hidden base player or something.
Yeah, something like that. Now, Sam leads off with an all wings report in non combo, which pulls the Arc Starfighter. That is the a card that I've seen before.
Republic one, right?
Arc, Arc, I think it's Arc 170 Starfighter is what that looks like to me, which is a Republic Starfighter that has a permanent pilot and can add a pilot as well. Opponent can't react to or from here, and if about to be lost during the damage segment, lost at the end of battle instead. So that would matter if you were getting shot down by cannons or something. Not gonna probably come up in this matchup. And now, uh, one of the things here, Steven only activating 6 because Hidden Base does not give up any icons on its first turn. Not necessarily a problem because we did see Steven was playing Kessel in the Swiss. I would assume that he still is for the top 8.
Looks like he open-handed Endor as well.
Okay.
Either Endor or Kashyyyk, they both look incredibly similar. He's still playing still playing the Troopers build, as we see the intensify the forward batteries in the reserve deck. Now that might not matter a lot because I mean Hidden Base is a very, very ground heavy deck, so Sam's gonna be able to contest it. Sam may not have any characters in his deck, so Steven does not have to contribute a lot to ground like he normally would against a Yoda communing or a Hitco or a QMC or something like that. He's probably going to feel safe with just 2 or 3 guys at a site and a trooper assault in his hand.
Yeah, just enough to cover like an EVP OB or something like that. I would expect Sam does not have no characters. Probably a minimum would be like 2 Luke Skywalker Vs. But I would agree that his character package is probably very, very limited in this deck, and I agree with your overall point that Steven isn't going to have to get his full trooper beat on in this game, and in fact probably won't be able to do so. Um, so it looks like Steven must have activated Kessel because he's just pulling Governor Price on turn 1 after pulling the Kashyyyk system, and is now I think just going to draw some cards.
If he has
That's
the barrier, that seems fine. If he doesn't, this is a little bit risky. If Sam has a Ray with lightsaber or an Obi with lightsaber, that would hurt. So I'm assuming, and it's hard to see his hand from here. I'm assuming he's got a barrier or something, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit awkward though because if you activate, well, okay, if you activate the Kessel system, that's not so bad because you just need the Force, so having the Kashyyyk system out is good enough. Kessel really matters on turn one, but after that, it kind of doesn't. It's kind of whatever. Um, and on the other hand, was like if you activated, Chimera or Thrawn, then you really need to either use or draw all of your force on turn one because you can't afford to have it be the bottom card and still be there on turn two. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that's what happened to Steve here. So he's gonna pass with his presence on table. Sam also only activating 6 himself on turn one. So I think. Oh no, 7 because he is
Um,
walking. So
yeah. The nice thing for hidden base though is you can probably go down with one ship that'll cost less than 2 and have an it can wait and be perfectly fine.
yeah, I don't think
Uh,
there's an it can wait
Now
canceller.
there's
Um,
not. However, the fact that um he wasn't able to get Thrawn out turn 1 means he is a little bit at risk of an it can wait turn 2.
yeah,
And turn 3 and turn 4 and turn 5 and as long as Sam can keep finding those, there's a possibility that Steven is not able to get Thrawn down. Not by deploying Chimera to a system at least.
yeah. Well, and the I mean, so the other thing is like the it can wait is very likely to be grabbed if Steve knows what's up, which I'm sure he does. Um, but with Thrawn not coming out on turn one, uh, Sam's where Thrawn would normally be able to put Sam under pressure immediately. Sam's just looking at like eating a drain of 1 on turn one, on turn two
Yeah,
rather, which
I
he
don't
can
think Sam
totally
is.
handle. So he's really not under pressure to do anything, especially aggressive on his first turn here, and maybe not even on his first couple turns. So we see Sam get the Tatooine system out with his objective. He's going to play
Deploys
Naboo from his
Naboo.
hand.
I
Um,
like that.
he,
If
uh, unlike Robbie Hendon from Atlanta, Sam actually seems to have the light side version of Naboo in his light side deck. That's fine. I only have dark side Naboos also because when I ordered the Naboo system, they sent me the dark side Naboo because like why would you need light side Naboo? Dark side Naboo is the good one. So I have 2 dark side Naboos and no light side Naboos.
looks like Sam deploys Malachor as well.
Yep, yep. Um,
Um, doesn't do much unless Sam controls it with a Phoenix Squadron character. However, it is a Drain 2 system that cannot get Imperial Decreed, which might have been
yes.
something that he was worried about going into day 2 if you rely on like Narshada and it gets decreed, it's just drain a 1 versus this being drain a 2 and you get the 2 activation, which is more important for hidden base.
Yeah, and these are the kinds of things that hidden base would you'd often see because they have to play like 5 or 6 systems anyway. So a lot of times they're gonna just play the full 2-2 systems and not worry too much about like trying to trying to force choke their opponent because like they're giving up like a minimum of 6 icons anyway. So
Yeah. If they
well,
want any
yeah.
activation, they're giving up 1,000.
Yeah, so well, yeah, so it's like whatever. The difference between 16 and 20 is just it doesn't really it's not making that much difference. Um, so Sam is gonna
Doesn't
pull
change the
battle
math
plan.
for any Star Destroyers, it's still 2. 16 force would get you to the 2.
Yeah.
20
Uh,
would still get you 2.
so Sam is gonna pull battle plan just
Let's
to
draw past 3
save
hours.
himself 1. Yeah, he's gonna drop past the 3 that he would need for it can wait. So he's not doesn't seem to be going for that plan. Um,
You
on
know,
turn 2. Now,
Sam is a great player. I'm just gonna assume he didn't have it, and not that he didn't want to. It can wait the Chimera before he can get Thrawn down.
yeah.
So
Now, one interesting quirk of this is that Thrawn decks typically only play 1 copy of Thrawn and 1 copy of Chimera. So if Steve is doing that, by playing all of these two of these like high activation systems right away, Sam actually creates kind of interesting tension
Oh,
where um,
oh wait, no.
where Steven might not be able to match Thrawn for Chimera, like maybe ever. Like he just keeps activating one and then
Hmm.
activating the other, and just
Well, he
ends
does
up.
have the Thrawn in his hand, which is
Okay,
nice. He
so,
did pull that on turn one with Endor Shield.
okay, and then he just pulled Piet with his other Endor shield pull. So he's going to activate a lot. 12 or 13? Looks like
Yep,
13 to me. Um,
that's what my math said.
Taco Bell saying what he got Sam with was that he had extra ships. So Steve's going to have to play around and can wait. And that actually is kind of a weakness of Steven's build of Thrawn, at least as we saw it yesterday, is that the Trooper Assault build um, just it doesn't get to run as many ships. I think we saw Steven had 3 yesterday, as I recall. It was like Avenger, Conquest, Chimera, and a lot of times you'd see Thrawn decks with 4. So having less ships is actually kind of a problem. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see. So one thing that Steven does have to be kind of cognizant of as he looks at his deploy, tries to figure out. I didn't see the Chimera in there. Um,
Nope.
as he looks to deploy out his ships, is that the Star Destroyers only have a hyperspeed of 3. So Naboo is currently the lowest system at 5. If if Sam chose like Coruscant or another another
Like Coruscant's the only 0, isn't it?
Coruscant's the only 0, but there's several ones. So like
Okay.
he could have chosen Coruscant or a Parsec 1 system as his hidden base. If he just holds that until Steve plays out his ships, he can put him in a position where he's where Steve is just unable to crack the hidden base because he can't get to it.
So there's the Imperial City. That's going to be important so that Steve can start doing actual damage and not just paying 3 to drain 1, because that
Yeah.
always feels bad.
Now, I guess the flip side of this is that Steve does have access to strategic reserves. I would assume the Trooper build is certainly going to be playing at least 1, maybe 2 of that, and that gives him the ability to blunt some damage as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
see, kind of just taking stock of his reserve deck, figuring out what he wants to do. I know one of the kind of common things that you'll see is there's a Tarkin's bounty, so I think he did activate the Chimera, and Steve's just like, you know what, I just gotta go get it now, and
Yep.
we'll not get our the Star Destroyer bonus. That's fine. We'll just
You just need to make sure it comes down.
yeah. I wonder if Steve's not playing Kessel.
It's entirely possible.
Oh, that looks like
Flashes
Nita
Nita
to get
goes
the
to get the Avenger.
Avenger. Okay. So that looks like Avenger V to me.
Yep.
So should be total of 8 force to deploy all of that.
I have no clue.
Well, alert gives each -1, and the objective gives the Star Destroyer -1. So need is effectively free, so it's just the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
See, deciding where he wants to put Nita and the Avenger.
Yeah, this is the always fun trying to figure out where you need to go.
I mean, certainly, um, as far as like the strategy behind finding the hidden base, it's best for Steve to go to one of Sam's systems. Because obviously the hidden base
Yes, it's better than
probably
trying to
can't.
throw.
Yeah, it probably can't be Lothal. It probably isn't Kashyyyk. So if you at least you get yourself a ship out at one of Sam's systems. Now Sam can't flip yet, obviously, but once he does, then at least you're already in position to be able to try to probe the
Yep.
hidden base and figure it out. Whereas like if you deploy to your own system now, then you're just gonna have to move later, and you'll kind of be a step behind in finding the hidden
Yep.
base. Um,
Exactly.
I do think that finding the hidden base is going to be something that Steve's going to need to do in order to. Well, I guess if he can do a lot of damage really quickly and Sam just stumbles a lot, he doesn't have to. But like if the game extends and goes the way that both of them want to, Steve's going to need, I think, to find the hidden base in order to win.
Yep.
So Steve elects to deploy the Avenger to Lothal, so I'm wrong again, and then he'll play Piet to the 2/2 and uses
That
that.
looks like a character.
That is
That's
that's
Commander.
Commander Nemeth. Yeah. uh,
Your favorite. Oh.
and oh, he uses the Avenger to pull Captain Mod Tarek because you could deploy an Imperial with armor aboard once per game at a discount. I think
-2. No,
that sounds right. I thought there
you
was
don't
a
have to.
I
You
thought
don't
there
have
was
to
a
fact
discount
check
on it.
me.
Yeah.
Assume I'm
Well,
right.
no, I thought there was a discount on it. So deploy -2. Yep. And then he'll shuttle that guy down to stand with one of the Imperials who's vulnerable to a beat down on the ground. He's gonna go with Piet, and he will pass.
I don't even
So
know whether or not to say I don't like that because I've never played this Thrawn versus Hidden Base matchup, and I don't think Sam has a character. He's deploying to the ground. So
no, I mean, like it would be funny to go kill Price with Luke Skywalker V right now, but I don't think it'd be good. Like that's
unless you could shuttle him up and run away.
yeah, which I mean, Sam showed he's playing a lot of not starfighters, so
Yep.
certainly it feels like sending Luke to go kill Governor Price would be a really good way for Sam to get to leave early if that's what he wants to do. Yeah, trapping your power 3 character on the ground against a deck that you know has Trooper Assault beatdowns is not probably a way to win.
Nope.
Okay. All right, so we got Sam pulling 2 more 2/2 systems. That looks like Camino and Kifex to me.
Yep.
So
Unless there's a different big blue planet we're missing. Really interesting system calls for Sam.
yeah,
He has.
he's like every light side 2/2, I think. I guess not including Endor, but Endor's a drain -1, so you wouldn't play Endor.
Yep.
And then oh, there's Nar Shaddaa. Okay, so
All right, good. I'm not losing it.
yeah,
He's still playing Nar Shaddaa.
Sam reminding himself what his hidden base was, and then looks like his hand has a number of ships. He has a hyper escape. He has a um, now now
Now this is where the fun begins,
that's where
right?
the fun begins. Yeah, I was trying to remember what the quote was from Revenge of the Sith. There's a Naboo defense fighter.
So it looks like he's playing. Oh, he's playing the Space Search and Destroy. And if you have the Republic fighters,
Oh, yeah, nice. And that one's only satisfied by a Trade Federation ship, right?
not for light side. For light side, it's Republic.
Oh no, for a dark side though.
No, they just have to have a ship.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, that's probably not going to be any good here. But
No, I agree. I don't think it'll come into play. I just think that was his game plan, though.
yeah.
So,
Um,
interestingly enough, Just one of the little things. It's nice to see a hidden base playing 6 systems. You see that fairly often. Um, just because if you accidentally lose a system off the top and you're only playing 5, you get to go eat lunch early. So nice to see that Sam is more well prepared than I'm speaking from experience, by the way. I'm not throwing someone else under the bus. I played 5 systems, played against Huntdown, lost my system off the top. Um,
You're like, oh,
going going into hidden bases or into Huntdown's turn.
oh.
So no Walkling, no Onita, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go get lunch. Good game. Save you some time.
All right,
So
so
Sam going to Naboo, Camino, and Tatooine.
Tatooine. So yeah, he played some ships out to the rendezvous point where they're either free or essentially free. And then he distributes them out in space. So he's covering a bunch of systems now. Now Hidden Base does limit the drain damage to 1, so he is not actually threatening
However,
that
he
much
can flip
damage.
before Cellucci's draw phase.
Yeah,
So that
he can he'll be able to flip before Cellucci's draw phase and certainly before his own control phase. So if he does want
so
to
look,
do a bunch of damage, he'll be able to do so. In fact, I mean, if he
Cellucci. Sorry, real quickly. Cellucci
mhm.
has secret plans, Death Star Sentry, allegations. I can't tell what that second shield is though. If
um
anyone saw that or remembers what that is, that would be
yeah, I was watching what Sam was doing.
Sam doing his cool little starfighter trick.
Yeah. So Sam is looking at facing 4 damage here. Um
He doesn't have the Rebel Fleet
yeah.
effect.
I mean, one of the things with Hidden Base is that like so many of your cards are like there's a few cards that really matter and then a whole bunch that are like like
Yep,
yes I want this, but it's mostly I want like some like critical mass of this kind of card, so each individual one doesn't matter. um
exactly.
so like
Like
he
you
can
need your
actually afford.
systems.
Yeah, you need your specific systems, and like you want a critical mass of ships, but you don't really care that much which ones.
You
um
need like Rebel Fleet. You need
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna play Fall of a Legend to get Weather Vane, I assume.
Yep.
Um,
You need Weather Vane.
yep. You need Weather Vane. You need what Rebel Fleet? I think is the light
That's the
side,
Drain
the
Cancer
Drain
one. Yeah.
Cancer one. Um,
You.
but
I
like
don't
what?
know how much the Space and Destroy will come in, or the yeah, the
Space,
Space and Destroy.
Space and Destroy is a good term for it. I think, like honestly, yeah. In this matchup, I kind of think okay. Sam is gonna flip on Slush's activate phase. I think he can
I,
cancel 2 of the
yeah, I like
drains, only take 1 damage here.
I like this play. If Cellucci was at your system, I'd feel a little bit more nervous about it. But because
Yeah,
he's at his own system, he's not going to be able to get a chance to probe until your deploy phase if he moves to one of your systems. And
yeah,
then you're feeling pretty good if he has to move in front of one of your systems, and then you're just going to come beat him down.
yeah. I would assume that he does move to one of Sam's systems, but probably not one of the ones that's occupied. He probably goes to like Malachor first.
Yeah, I don't think.
Unless he feels secure against whatever Sam can attack with.
Yeah,
Now
that's a dangerous feeling, though.
the other thing is Chimera's not on table. Thrawn's not on table.
Yeah, this feels like this has been worst case scenario damage control for
Yeah,
Cellucci.
like Stevens is just he's not threatening to do his extra ping damage.
So there's the Thrawn reveal, and Sam has a lot of force saved. I'm thinking we can see an It Can Wait on
I'd
this
be
Thrawn.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't play one, honestly.
Well, I just don't know how much force Cellucci has. If that's just the lighting and he's got like 32 cards in his force file,
I mean,
I'm less inclined to deploy or to It Can Wait Thrawn if it's not to my system.
well, he does have a lot, but the thing is, like we saw earlier, that's like Sam has a hyper escape in his hand.
Oh, he
So
does. Okay.
yeah, so like I would probably at Can Wait Thrawn. Would I do it if he deployed like to Kashyyyk? Honestly,
I
maybe.
think if no, I think if well, I think you It Can Wait Thrawn no matter what, depending on how much force Cellucci
Yeah,
has.
that's what I was like. I think it Can Wait Thrawn no matter what he does. Yep,
1, 2, 3.
that it looks like it can wait. And then, oh, Steve doesn't grab it. Oh no, Steve, you need to that. You're gonna want to grab that card. He's reading it. Maybe he is gonna reconsider it. And he is gonna grab it.
Please grab it, Steve. Steve, please grab it.
The
Like
third,
I like
like
Sam. He's a Minnesota guy. Please grab it.
the
Please.
fourth time Sam plays it can wait. You're gonna wish you had grabbed it, man. Like,
Yeah, make him pay 7 to play it. No.
ooh, that's that. Well, we'll see if that comes back to bite him.
So Steven is a phenomenal player, right? He obviously proved that yesterday. I think he's one of the best players at this tournament.
Oh yeah,
You have to grab it. You might as well pack up and go home if you're not gonna grab it.
yeah. I mean, I wonder if some of this is that Steven hasn't seen this style of hidden base before, where it's like, oh, he just has like one or two can waits. Like, no, I think Sam probably has like 6 can waits.
Chimera is never going to get deployed.
Yeah,
Never.
and I mean, so like Sam is definitely activating a ton of force, so he'll be able to pay 5 next time and 6 next time, whatever. But like, it does constrict what Sam can do because he's gonna have to pay for battle plan the whole game, and then it is going to like not having it can wait grabbed is going to open up a lot of avenues for Sam to be able to play. So we'll see what Steve has here. I don't know if he has another starship that he can play here. As we were saying before, he may only have Avenger, Conquest, and Chimera.
Yep.
And he played Commander Nemeth this turn to give himself the opportunity to play the Conquest later if he's able. The thing is, and this is what I was saying before, they're both activating so much force that there's not a guarantee that the Conquest is ever going to be in Steve's reserve deck again.
Yep.
On his deploy phase. So he might just have to keep jamming the Chimera and Thrawn and getting it can wait and whatever. So that would definitely be a big win for Sam if he only has to deal with one Star Destroyer. That's gonna go a long way towards Sam being able to win this game.
Also important to notice, since Steven didn't grab it,
Sam's Chris Works is our table judge. He's reading it can wait, trying to figure out. I don't. Steve had some kind of question about it. I don't know what. It does not look like Steve has another ship in hand.
I think Chris just wanted Sam's copy of it. Interesting to note, though, because it's not grabbed, Sam is going to be able to start retrieving it. Potentially.
Oh yeah, because he has Luke Skywalker and
I have
Vein.
seen Rey all of the Jedi in this kind of deck. If Sam is playing, I wouldn't put it past Sam to play it.
Oh,
he is,
yeah,
and he can start retrieving, it can wait. This game gets a lot longer for Cellucci.
Oh man, his Sergeant Wallen's in Steve's hand and is like at his absolute worst in this matchup, where there's like never gonna be a battle on ground for you to play him for free.
Nope.
So yeah, Steve very.
If there's a battle on ground, Sam is losing the game.
Yeah, Steve very depressingly
very much winning.
Yeah, Steve very depressingly pays 2 force for Sergeant Wallen. And shuttles up Piet, moves them over to Gold Squadron 1. Or, sorry, no, Gold Leader in Gold Squadron 1 to Tatooine to cover that drain. Steve started drawing, and Sam's like, stop, no, wait, my objective is slipped. You have to pay for your draws. So, yeah, he has to pay 1 and then draw 1, pay 1 and then draw 1. Luckily, Chris is right there over Steve's shoulder, so he can confirm that, yep, he put back the cards that he drew, and he is paying the correct cards to draw the correct cards.
Yep.
Taco Bell saying, just got to get enough troopers down to full-scale alert at some point. Yeah, full-scale alert is definitely a way that Steve can get a win by fighting in space, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awkwardly, he might get himself into a spot where like he has to full-scale alert on Sam's turn and again on his own turn because of hyper escape. And hit and run, both in Sam's hand right now. But
oh my gosh.
Okay, so Sam's going to get his drains of 4 in. He's going to draw another hit and run off of a new secret base.
Cellucci loses U3PO. I don't know. I think that card would have been really valuable this game. And Endor.
Yep. Endor system.
Both from hand, it looked like.
Yeah, indoor system, not important at all. There,
Madi and tech support of the top.
yep, both of those are fine. I mean, like, yeah, both of those are fine. I was just like, maybe you want to
Yeah.
play tactical support to get your. But like, honestly, no, I don't think you do. I think you don't want to lose 2 force to go get your troopers. You like,
Nope.
I guess the one caveat is that the
Oh, so we'll see a probe on Tatooine.
Sam
Nope.
makes no move here, so I think that is not the hidden base. The one advantage of the tactical support is that it would allow you to get troopers into your hand without having to use your draw phase action to draw cards.
Yep.
So you'd be able to do it without avoiding the hidden base hacks.
I think one of the things we forgot to mention when talking about this matchup between Sam and Steven is we're going to need a bigger table.
The table is big enough because the sites
I
are
mean, are you
sideways.
looking at that bottom left corner too? Because
Look, the table is big enough for all of the locations because the sites are sideways.
we need a bigger table. We need bigger timer. Just everything.
All right, so I think what's very likely to happen here is that Sam's going to lose 1 force on his control phase, or on Steve's control phase, because he's going to put Luke Skywalker aboard one of the Arc Starfighters, and then he's going to move Gold Leader away, move the Arc Starfighter from the rendezvous point, and then sit on like another It Can Wait and whatnot.
Luke Skywalker to Camino, correct?
Yeah, Luke Skywalker got deployed to Camino. Yes, that is correct. Oh, and another Arc Starfighter to Nar Shaddaa. So Sam has positioned himself to be able to occupy all of his own systems, so that Steve will not be able to deploy to a potential hidden base without deploying in front of one of Sam's cards. And Sam is going to move the Arc Starfighter to Tatooine to block that.
I don't hate
2.
this.
He does have 2 It Can Wait, 2 hit and runs in hand, so.
And an It Can Wait, I'm pretty sure too. No.
I didn't see an It Can Wait, but I would believe it. And he has the Hyper Escape, so he has a number of ways to get away from Tatooine. In fact, the Tatooine system, because it reduces your hyperspeed to move away, you don't even need to save force to run away.
You still want to save force.
I mean, you still want to save force, but like.
Not to run away.
Yeah, if you get stuck behind like first strike or whatever, you can still run even if you use all your force, where you can't from a lot of the other systems. So Sam's going to save 5 here and pass the turn back. So Sam in a really good position. He has not pulled Goldenrod. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Like it would mean that Steve's going to pay 4 force instead of 0 in order to replay the Chimera, but like
honestly, I don't know what other shield Sam needs though.
Well, it's like the force cost just doesn't matter, right? Like that's not.
Is that an out of nowhere combo?
That
looks like it was out of nowhere, out of somewhere combo.
I did not see it. Out of nowhere is the Hujix combo. So.
Yep.
I mean, I would definitely believe that that's the version of Hujix that Sam's running in this deck.
Oh, that looks like a Narshada Wind Chime. Sorry, that combo.
Oh, I think Narshada Wind Chimes does it work with ships?
No, that says aliens. That is. Maybe I just misread the card, but that's certainly what it looked like.
It says non-unique character. The card that Sam just played is all wings reported.
Yeah, sorry, not that one. The card in his hand.
Oh, yeah. The card in his hand, I don't know. We'll have to get a look at his hand. He's got a lot of cards now.
Drain 1.
Drain 1. Drain 1. Cancel. Drain 2. Cancel. But
not even an action. Sam just says canceled.
I'll go through the motions. Unfortunately, this is not like GIMP, where it's like, well, at least I'll click on this and cost us both a second.
Trying to time him out in real life.
Yeah, Sam does play his Goldenrod shield, so.
I like it. You don't need to pull any other shields in this match, so.
Yeah,
It shouldn't at least.
it's one of those where like, does this matter? Probably not. Are any of the other shields going to matter more? Also, probably not. So we'll just go with this.
Interestingly enough, if he was playing Coruscant from Special Edition, it would make this game a lot more difficult for Steven, with all of his guys deploying for +2.
All right, so there's the Chimera.
I believe Sam is going to say, I have an action.
Yeah, he's gonna. It
Yep.
can wait the Chimera. Now that does mean that Steve can play Thrawn now. Sam was even assuming that he was going to grab the second one and handed it over, and Steve was just like, nah, no.
So it's resolved now. I assume, though, if he said I want to grab it, Sam would let him, but it's been resolved. So there's the Conquest.
All right. So he did find his other starship.
So because that was deployed from reserve deck, if it got it can weighted, would it go to his hand?
Yes, that's what happened to the Chimera and Thrawn last turn. So Conquest gets deployed.
Looks like Thrawn and Gilead.
Yeah, Thrawn and Gilead get deployed on the Conquest.
I think that's Gilead at least. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Captain. I just said Pelion, but that's because I played a lot of Star Wars Rebellion as a kid, and it just used their last names. So
that's fair.
So, probe card that Sam does not make any reaction to, so not Camino either.
See, I think the best way to play hidden base is to randomly pick your hidden base so that neither you or your opponent know.
Randomly pick it and don't even look, so you don't even know.
Nope. Whenever I've played hidden base and I've played it next to AJ, and someone probes, I just go, AJ, was that the hidden base? Nope. Okay, put it back down. Keep playing. You can't give up any tells if you have no idea what it is.
Yeah, Sam could have just handed the hidden base to Chris and been like, "Can you just tell him if he succeeds? Because I don't know and don't want to." Yep. So Sam is gonna play Hyper Escape. That
Why is it lost?
Shouldn't go lost. Oh, he's scrapping it. Okay. I was like, it shouldn't go lost.
That's not the card you want to grab, though.
Yeah. Wait, what's...
Oh, Conquest.
Oh, he canceled it with Conquest. That's why it was going lost. That's fine, though, because there's...
Got the hit and run.
He has 2 hit and runs in his hand, so... Now, it could be part of Steve's plan that he just wants to pen him in with full scale alert, so grabbing the evasive interrupts is actually what he wants to do now that he's got his presence on table. That's pretty reasonable.
I feel like, though, if you're going to play full scale alert, you don't need to worry about the evasive interrupts. If you stop the movement, it doesn't matter how many hyper escapes he has.
Wait, so Sam is just letting this whole battle happen?
Why?
I don't understand why we're letting this whole battle happen. Why are you not playing either?
You've got a Unita for Luke, but like...
Am I misremembering?
Why are you letting him stack a card?
Am I misremembering something about hit and run? You have to pay to move, but he has a force saved, so...
Tatooine movement is free, though. He can just hit and run away for free. No? If he has 2?
Yeah, he has 2, so he'd be able to hit and run away from... Oh, hit and run is unique, though, so...
Oh,
that's probably what it is that because he has Luke, he felt he could cover the damage here. Okay. And yeah, so he needs to save the hit and run to run from Tatooine.
So he loses Pelion, and then they stack a card. I can't tell what it is. And he uploads...
Oh, he hasn't stacked a card yet, is why.
But he uploaded a card.
He uploaded another lateral damage.
It's not a bad card. I think that actually goes face up.
Yeah, so he stacks Han Showing the Falcon on...
interesting.
Yeah, Han Showing the Falcon on art is interesting. And then looks like
Obi-Wan.
Sam's having to peel a couple here.
Yep.
He was only power 4, so...
Oh.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Peel a lot of cards here. I mean, he would have had to peel more. at Tatooine, so this makes
Still
sense.
hurts.
I think Sam was not counting on Steve having drawn his second Star Destroyer there.
Well, he pulled it from reserve deck.
No, he pulled Chimera. He can't pull Conquest from reserve, or he
He has
can't.
the dude.
Well, but
He has the dude.
Nemeth has to deploy it to here, I think.
Well, he tried to do that, and it can waited last turn, didn't it?
He tried to do Chimera last turn. Oh no, Nemeth gets to deploy an Imperial Class Star Destroyer anywhere. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think so. Sam might have just slightly miscalculated this turn here then.
So he played hit and run. Unfortunately, the Pujix combo is sitting underneath that hit and run, which would have been really nice for that battle at Camino.
Yeah. Now, Steve though is in kind of an awkward spot here because he only has like 5 cards in hand and only has 3/4 saved. He's at two different. He's at 2 battleground systems, but they're not the hidden base. So in order to move his game plan along, he has to move, but then he can't draw. Oh, he has 4/4 saved, so he would be able to move, and then draw 1 card. He's getting a life force count now. I mean, Sam did peel like
Sam
8
has like
or something
16
like that.
cards face down right now.
Sam peeled quite a lot in that battle.
He's gonna get to retrieve one with Weather Vane, but then he can't do anything else because that'll cost him 12 of his 16 to drain.
I think Sam wisely runs away to Kashyyyk because if
Yeah.
Steve chases him to Kashyyyk, he can only probe 1 hidden. I mean, he can probe Kashyyyk if he wants, but like
Maybe he wants to put a. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst idea because it's a card back in your life force when you blow up the hidden base system.
yeah.
However,
Wait.
considering you have to pay 1 to draw 1, you don't want to do that. So he'll
Okay.
move the conquest with Thrawn.
I just had a thought of wondering if this would work, but it doesn't. Hidden base specifies that you can flip it after you deployed 5 battleground systems and your hidden base system. I was wondering if, given the
It's the
prevalence
hidden
of Thrawn,
base system on table.
yes, I was wondering if it says and hidden base system on table because if if Thrawn is such a well-known deck and part of the meta, I mean, Sam gets to choose his hidden base when he deploys his objectives. So he knows his opponent's on Thrawn. He could choose, like, if he chose Lothal and was
That'd be
like,
funny.
well, I was like, I'm going to deploy all my systems. You played my hidden base. But that doesn't work. So,
I
sad
think
times.
that's exactly why they did it that way.
I don't think that's exactly why they did it that way. I think
Well,
that's
not for Thrawn,
I think that's a
but
happy oversight that you can't use Darkside system as the hidden base. You have to deploy your own. Um, I always enjoy when I can find stupid stuff like that. So,
that's fair.
all right. So Sam is going to activate everything. He is able to drain for 8 here if he wants to.
Drain for 8 and retrieve 1. But then he can't do
Yeah.
much else. Interestingly enough, he stacked both Star Destroyers at 1 system.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Although I understand that you're nervous, but about a beatdown?
I don't actually think so. This is one of the other things that has come up when I've seen hidden base played and I've played hidden base and stuff is that awkwardly hidden base doesn't threaten you with a beatdown most of the time. Like especially not once they've deployed a bunch of stuff like this because the thing is that like all of the non-unique starfighters like they're not that good and like yeah you have the now
So Sam has.
this is where the fun begins to add 1 to power to like all your ships but like
Yep.
would that have even beaten down like Conquest by itself? Well no because Conquest cancels the thing so then you're
Sam
like
has.
yeah
You're not able to get the beatdown like you were saying though.
yeah
Like once you spread. Sam has 18 life force face down. He paid 12 to drain, paid 1 to retrieve, has 4 cards left in force pile. He does play projection on the 1/1, so he's going to be able to cancel the drain at the 2/2 and Naboo
Yeah,
next
so
turn,
he's going to take 1 damage from Art.
assuming there's no gravity shadow.
Yes. If there is a gravity shadow, he will probably just lose the match. But, well, actually, maybe not the match, because he has done a lot of damage. So, he's going to play another Arc Starfighter. And then he's going to move the Naboo Starfighter away. Asking for a gravity shadow?
I don't think he's asking. I think he's praying that it's
Well,
not there.
he's
Yep.
giving Steve the opportunity to play Gravity Shadow.
Yep.
No
He'll
Gravity
pay another
Shadow.
one and move to Tatooine.
Yep. Save 1 force to...
I like this because with 18 cards, you can drain at all 6 systems if Steve does nothing.
Yeah.
However, if he moves in front of you, you can still pay the
1 to use your
12.
your last hit and run to run away.
Or, and if you're not able to drain at all 6, you're going to get a retrieval with Weatherbane.
Yeah.
So, like, I like this play from Sam. I think going wide is your out to winning here, especially since you are not taking any damage.
Yeah.
And Steve is
he's taking 1. He's taking 1. He's taking 1 damage.
Oh, yep. Yes.
Because he has to take he has to take the art pang even if he cancels the drain.
See, the thing that I think is interesting for Sam here is I don't think he cares if he stacks a 3 or a 4.
No, because he's unlikely to put a character on table the rest of this game.
He didn't choose to retrieve Luke with Weathervane, so I don't think he cares enough. He's not putting another character down, and there's only 1 more starship.
Yeah, and
most likely. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Sam knows there's a known Chimera in hand, so he knows there's a starship there. But Steve only has 3 cards in hand, so like, he's gonna be
really lucky if he has.
Yeah, he's potentially gonna get to pick up a card with Governor Price when he drains at Naboo. Because
there's no starships with no ability. That's Steve's playing,
there's no starships with no ability, so he'll potentially be able to get another card to use to probe with. But yeah, he's going to be very choked on his ability to actually put space presence out, which I assume is this hidden base's plan to beat Thrawn. Is like, you just go too wide for them to cover everything, and out drain them over the course of like 2 or 3 turns.
Mm-hmm. Although it seems like Sam is a little bit behind because he just got overflowed for like 13, he is 2 or 3 turns away from just winning the game.
Yeah. So he's going to cancel the drain. The art will still happen. So Sam will stack a card. It looks strange to us at the time, but given that he had to peel a lot, really, I think a smart play to stack the Honshu and the Falcon, because Sam's just never going to have 6 force to play it anyway. So
no, he's never going to battle.
Yeah, so stacking it may as well. It's never going to come up. Yep, and then he stacks his battle interrupt, which is also probably not going to come up. Okay, all right. So Steve gets his full scale alert. Only 2 stormtroopers on the table though, and I don't think any in his hand. So getting that full scale alert to go off is going to be probably not realistic. Like once he pros the hidden base, maybe, but until then, I don't think that's gonna come up.
You have to track a low enough destiny unless you want to put enough stormtroopers on table, which you don't really want to do.
Yeah, which you don't really want to do because it is differential. Remember, the more stuff he puts on table, the less he wins by.
Exactly. And the other thing is, he can't do it this turn. 1, because he can't get the stormtroopers, but if he does get the stormtroopers, he can't draw battle destiny.
Yeah.
So
I think this is the point of the game where we reach. Okay, if Steve doesn't find the hidden base in the next turn or 2, I don't think he's going to win this game.
I think if Steve is not able to move to 2 different systems and find it, he's going to lose the game.
Yeah, I think if he finds the hidden base this turn or next turn, then he's in. He's in a potentially pretty good spot because he'll get back like 5 cards or 6 cards.
Yep.
Which will make a big difference, and then he'll also be able to do damage because his drains won't all be canceled anymore. So
yeah, I don't To be fair though, I don't think I saw Sam lose Rebel Fleet. So
No,
there is
I
still
did.
the possibility.
Yeah, I don't think he lost a Rebel fleet yet. So Steve actually has 6 cards in hand, but looks like all of them are except for the Chimera are red. So like,
I thought maybe there was a stormtrooper in there, but does nothing.
yeah, the Chimera. I mean, I guess it does something because you can probe a new hidden base this turn, but like even if you battle, all that happens is like you kill a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you battle against Gold Leader
Oh, it
and
is all
Gold,
red.
if you,
Oh, there's a lat dam.
okay, so you can do some damage that way, assuming Sam has nothing, which we know he does, but
But
um,
deploys for 2 as well.
or which we know he doesn't. Sorry, yeah, because Chimera got it can waited, so last turn. He's gonna probe
Probes.
Kifix.
No
Sam's
reaction.
not reacting.
Sam is cool as a cucumber right now.
Now, that does mean that Steve will be able to find the hidden base next turn. Because
If he does that though, it means he's spreading his resources very thinly.
yeah, but I think it's fine for him to do that. Let's just say he's not at risk of a beatdown. So
Uh,
Chimera's gonna fight here. Sam is gonna hit and run. Yeah. I would run the Naboo Defense Fighter to
yeah,
Naboo, actually,
for
because
sure.
it can't be battled this
It can't
turn.
be battled again.
You know he's running away from that system. Because it just doesn't make sense for him to stay there.
Yep.
So it's going to be a drain 2 for you. Yeah, I like that play a lot. I think it's exactly where you should go. As I said though, like right, Chimera and Conquest go to Nar Shaddaa, Avenger goes to Malachor, and then you'll be able to pop the hidden base next turn.
Like I was saying earlier, I think if you would have if Steven was playing Close the Blast Doors, he would have gotten like an extra 4 pings this game.
I don't think Close the Blasters actually works on hidden on the cancers the hidden base has been using.
Or just moved a character, starship, or vehicle away from a battle.
I thought it was just cancel the battle. So
It says if cancel the battle or just moved a character, starship, or vehicle away from a battle.
yep, that is the case.
Such a good card. It's so bad. Should have made it immune to alter, guys. What are we doing?
All right, Steve's evaluating exactly how he wants to do his movement here. He moves the Chimera over to block the drain, and then moves the 2 piloted
I
Star
think he
Destroyers away.
paid one. I think he paid one to ship dock, so he's gonna put Thrawn on, and then move him away. I don't think you can leave a unpiloted Star Destroyer on its own, because then you're gonna get beat up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, so he puts Thrawn on Chimera, and then he ship docks the other 2 to put someone on something.
Someone on the Conquest.
Looks
Two,
like Piet and the other guy.
Piet and Pelion? Oh no,
No,
Pelion's
Pelion
dead.
died.
Piet and Nita.
Is Nita the matching pilot for Avenger?
So is Nemeth though.
Okay.
Nemeth's actually the better one because he is the immunity.
Yep. So he pays one to move to Nar Shaddaa.
Okay, I like this play by Steve because he's now not taking. He's only taking 5 damage in drains. Pay 1, draw 1, pay 1, draw 1. Yeah.
This also does not give him Weather Vane value unless he battles into someone.
Yeah, that's exactly. What's that? Oh. Okay. All right. All right. So Sam activates down to 1 card. He is going to draw it with any secret base when he drains here. It's funny. For a deck that puts as much on the table as Hidden Base does, I don't think that Sam is actually going to like if he loses this game, I don't know that it's going to be by that much. I guess so. Steve is going to put back um, his hidden base probe cards.
Yeah, he's gonna go about 4 or 5, almost
No,
maybe even 6.
he's going to get 6 or 7 cards back, depending on the order that he does this. But like it'll be 6 cards back or 7 cards back, but the 7 will be from the 7 will just be an extra card from hand anyway. So it's
Mm-hmm.
he actually would kind of prefer it's 7 as far as diff goes.
Uh, would it not be 5 or 6? Because there's 6 systems on table.
There, no, there's 6 probe cards. No, there's only 4 cards on probe cards on table. Sorry.
Yep.
So it should be 5 or 6. Yeah. Man, and not getting the weather vane value is really awkward because it means that Sam kind of has to move away from all of those systems. Because if he gets battled, it'll move weather vane back, so it'll take him further back on progress on that if that's a thing he cares about.
Or or if he initiates battle, he gets to rotate it and retrieve a card.
Yes. Um, that doesn't seem like a great decision, but
I mean, poor decisions are meant to be made, no?
well, okay. He does have 2 ships in hand, so if one of them is a permanent pilot ability too, he can deploy to his other arc to like his second
One of them is
starfighter.
the spiral.
Yeah, he can deploy to his second one to his arc starfighter at Nar Shaddaa. He can do that battle, and 12 forfeit and 6 power should cover it. So he shouldn't peel any, and then he would get to retrieve one. He might even just lose 1 arc starfighter in that case. So that actually doesn't seem too bad. I can't see what the second ship in his hand is though. That's not the spiral.
Losing one
Oh.
arc fighter would be best case scenario.
Yeah. Oh, he drew another ship. So
Off the top with a new secret base.
yep. And then Steve is losing from his deck. I don't like this. I guess Steve is having to consider how he's going to actually win this game after he pops the hidden base because he does not have that much face down. So it is possible that
Looks like it's less than 15 for sure.
it's possible that Sam could outlast him if he can just stay alive and keep paying for space drains, even with the hidden base flipped. That would be really difficult, but I think it's possible. Okay, so Sam drew a Naboo defense fighter. I still can't see what the last ship in his hand is.
One of them is a spiral, so he's gonna walkling for a hit and run.
Yeah.
Just get a card back. I like this. Math works out this turn. Make sure.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of force saved. He has plenty of force this turn, and he's going to eat a lot in damage next turn. So it is not clear that he'll be able to do it again.
I think he's gonna stack in front of the Avenger.
I think he's going to stack in front of the Avenger too. So because he drew his last card, he won't get a
I don't
battle
think
this
he was
thing.
planning on battling though.
No, probably not.
Ooh.
So he's going to play the Naboo. Okay. See, it's all right. Now that we're in our deploy phase, I want to probe. That's
Oh my
also not the
gosh.
hidden base. I said that's fine though because like it just lets.
That's just so unlucky. You
It just literally the last one. That sure looks like Nar Shaddaa to me. Yep.
Oh my god.
Sam's figuring out like, all right, what do I want to do with the last force here?
This does not look like he's stacking Nar Shaddaa to me.
No. I mean, he does have Spiral in hand, as we said, so
That's what it looked like, at least.
yeah. I don't know what their conversation they're having here, but I think they're talking about who has priority, whose action it is right now.
It should be Sam's.
Yeah, it should be Sam's, but I'm not sure if there was like a accidental pass or something. I don't know. They were having a conversation and gesturing, but with the sound off, I could not tell you what was happening there. And I have the sound off because otherwise we would hear all of the just chatter from the game room, so it'd be very difficult for us to
Yep.
actually have our conversation. Okay, so it is the last. Surprise! The hidden base is in fact the last system. So Steve gets to choose the order that his cards go back in reserve now, or go back in use now. Hidden base placed out of play. We found the Rebels' hidden fortress. It was protected by this 30-year-old starfighter. All right, and then Sam figure out where he wants to go from here. He is going to stack in front of the Avenger, so he's going to move his Arc Starfighter in front, move Gold Leader and Gold One over to the unoccupied Kifek system.
You got to move the guy in front of Naboo over too.
If he is trying to find evasion, he doesn't, because that's actually the best place for him to stand, because it blocks Thrawn drain, so he doesn't lose art, and then if he can run away in response to the battle, he will be able to avoid. He does not appear to have drawn any evasion. Oh, there's a
double Hujix combo though in his hand.
Yeah, so
it sucks though that he couldn't save one force and potentially add a battle destiny in that battle against the Avenger. But sometimes you got to make do with what you have.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much, but
also can't react with the spiral anymore.
Yeah. I think the Arc Starfighters have to be
ability 2, they are.
Well, no, I was thinking they maneuver 4. Yeah, I was like, they have to be maneuver 4, right? Yeah.
Oh, are they ability 2?
They are ability 2, yes.
Okay. Also, one of the nice things compared to X-Wings, you don't have to deploy 4 of them to get it done as Destiny.
Yeah. I believe like the version that that like Johnny Chu was running was playing the special edition ones that are ability 2.
Okay.
Because a new secret base has this like hidden text on it that's
it's global modifiers, not
yeah,
just to the
your deploy modifiers are global rather than specific to systems. So while the special edition of Starfighters would normally just not be playable because they like deploy for 4 and have 4 and 4 or for 5 and have forfeit 4 or whatever, with the bonus on a new secret base, they're actually like pretty affordable. The Naboo Starfighters even more so because they cost 1. So
the only thing that sucks about the Red Squadron X-Wing is they're triple unique, not full non-unique.
Yeah, which is why Johnny was playing like those and the Gold Squadron Y-Wings, so all of this stuff that was like a bunch of triple unique things, which did make him less vulnerable to the Death Star Sentry Shield, so that was a nice little side bonus.
So there's Spiral and Rebel Fleet.
There's the Rebel Fleet. That's the one he wanted.
What
Ooh,
is...
that is Surprise, a...
oh yeah, relocate...
That's a
projection.
Scott Lingrel special right there. So he moves projection to another site it could legally deploy at. So he moves it to his 2-0, so he gets to drain for 1 more at the site. Ultimately, kind of he traded 1 force for 1 force here. But if he gets more than a couple turns of that, it is going to end up being worth it. So. Sam has just a couple of cards left, so he's hoping to just last out here and maybe be able to clutch out a win and just do enough damage in space. It's going to be tricky for him to do that.
I don't think Sam is in damage control yet.
Yeah.
He is still in the position where he can win.
Yeah, like everything he lost from hand was extraneous. It's just cards that don't really do anything. And then he peeled off his hand. He's holding 2 copies of Hujix and another ship. So yeah, I don't think he's in reduced diff mode just yet. I mean, his actions are with the goal of winning the game, but they have the side benefit of reducing diff.
Yep.
Because like he's not deploying things and like You know, setting up a huge stack where he moves like 5 of his ships in front of a Star Destroyer so that to block a beat or whatever, because that would be a losing play, I think, at this point. But like
Yep.
he is just like, I'll put enough in front of everything so that I block some damage, and then we'll that
So a
was,
battle at Naboo.
I think the
Those
Naboo.
two
I think the Naboo defense fighter lost. Would be my would be my guess on that one. Um,
loses and you can wait.
yep, this Nick can wait off the top. Amusingly, as it looks at it, I think Steve might have been right to not grab it can wait. Because like Sam only played it twice, and then
He
hasn't.
played it 3 times. No,
No, he played it twice, and then hasn't been able to make it happen again.
just saying, if you would have been able to get those battles down and make pace or Sam pay 5 for it, it would have
Yes,
been
it
a
is true that
different game.
the second time Sam played it, he used every single force for all of his actions that turn. But I mean, Sam probably plays it differently if he knows that the it can wait's going to cost him 2 more, and maybe draws a few less cards or something like that. So, um,
Well, yeah, obviously he draws less cards, but I'm just
yeah,
saying he then draws less cards.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So I mean, Steven has played this game excellently.
yes,
Um,
Steven's done a great job, and I think um, the one kind of counterpoint to the grab of hyperscape, I don't think we've seen another hyperscape out of Sam, either
I don't think that
drawn
we've
or
actually seen the card. Yeah,
yeah, either drawn or peeled. So like, I mean, it is a use interrupt, and it is a card that Sam can like activate back down to and draw with the new secret base. So like, I think stopping it from recurring makes a lot of sense. I don't know that I don't know how impactful that's been per se, because like that's the other thing was that Conquest was going to cancel it anyway, so it was going lost regardless. So
so he moves to Nar Shaddaa and Kashyyyk.
yeah,
Interestingly enough, though, and then he moves to
yeah.
Givix as well. Sam is going to get a retrieval,
Sam is going to get a retrieval. He's only going to do 3 damage back though.
but doesn't matter. 3 damage
Yeah,
is 3 damage. Especially when Steven has like less than 12 cards face down, it looks like.
yeah, and only 3 in hand. So as well as even if Sam is unable to win this, it is going to be a manageable diff at the end.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because that's the one thing is like the Thrawn deck, Thrawn really can't retrieve. There's no retrieval that really gets played
None.
in this deck. So, you know, what he's got is what he's got. Not like some of the scum decks and stuff that we see, right? We're like, well, CCT might be down, but then like they do like 3 battles in a turn or whatever,
And
and
they
like,
retrieve 9 force because
yeah.
first strike's on table.
Oh,
So
there's
he
a
draws the
ooh
Queen Squadron A-Wing. Okay.
that
Is
would be
that
good if he had any Destiny left, but he does not. So, he could play the Green Squadron A-wing in front of the Gold
Steven losing
Leader.
off the
Yeah, he's losing
Steven's
off.
losing at the top, which feels weird.
Yeah. Um, Sam evaluating if he can afford to spend 3 to drain 1. Uh,
If you,
yeah,
I don't think it's the move
that's a
because you need to
tricky.
make.
Yeah.
But then you don't get to retrieve another one. However, you can retrieve one if you initiate a battle at Nar Shaddaa.
Well, but he doesn't have any Destiny left, so I don't think he can. I don't think he can do that.
Maybe he's hungry and wants to go get lunch.
It's only like 10 a.m. Well, I guess it's 11:30 for them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only like 9. It's only 9:20 in real people time though. So like,
Well, in real time, Garrett land time, it's about 10:30. So that's the only one that matters.
I just remember there was some event. I think it was like the San Diego event or something. Where you're like, what time is this thing happening? And then Takaville was like, oh, it's at like noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, which is also 11 Central. And I'm like, wow, thanks. I'm right here. Like you skipped the one time zone that matters, man. Come on.
I think he covered all the important ones, at least the ones that do matter. So Sam does pay 3 to drain 1, does
Yeah.
get the Weather Vane retrieval. He's not going to be deploying anything this turn.
No, he can't. Well, I mean, he could deploy to rendezvous point, but that doesn't really seem like it's going to get him anywhere. He
Nope.
retrieves say Hujix out of nowhere with Weathervane. And now, what's he doing with his last 3 force here? He has 2 ships and an out of nowhere combo. Or a Hujix out of nowhere combo. So he is going to deploy the Arc Starfighter to the rendezvous point.
What is his plan? You have to move away from like 2 systems. You have 2 force left. You're not moving in front of Thrawn. Actually, you're going to sit in front of Thrawn because you have the Hujix. I'll just eat my words. That was not the plan.
He still can.
Ah, different one in front of Thrawn. My bad.
That's... Yeah.
I like this play. If
That's
you sit in
okay.
front of Thrawn and have the Hujix, it's 2 cards instead of 3. You let him drain.
Yeah.
And this way you are only going to be losing 5
Well,
cards this
no,
turn.
it's still 3 because, well, it's 3, but one of them was on table, so it's not out of your life force. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
He didn't deploy the Naboo fighter to cover the. It's different if you deploy it in front and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
stack one and then you lose the Hujix versus if it's already on table and you just move in front of it.
Yeah. Amusingly, right? This so this deck has a bunch of 2 different non-unique starfighters, but Death Star Sentry has not affected anything that Sam has done.
I still think it's the move.
I,
You don't want him to be able to deploy 3 guys for 3 force at rendezvous
yeah,
point. You want to make him
I think it
work
makes
a little bit for it.
I think it makes some sense, but
Okay, so
yeah, so he loses
3
2,
squadron, hit
3.
and run, and
Yeah,
another arc starfighter.
yeah, this is 3 to the drains on the ground, but he is blocking all the drains in space. Lateral damage. Sure, I guess.
No, that's huge because Sam's going to be taking overflow in that battle. Potentially.
He's now got 3 power plus his destiny against 9, say,
Conquest with 2 pilots.
15 in a destiny, covering only 6. Yeah, he's probably gonna take overflow there.
Sam is going to lose the game this turn.
So
Although, okay,
he's gonna
if I'm
peel.
Sam,
Oh, I actually don't think.
I think.
Well, the Hujix doesn't. It doesn't matter because Thrawn's not getting back any cards with this. So.
Just like if he had a card in hand.
Oh, but he should lose during battle so that he
Yeah.
So that Steve can't put any cards back if he has use interrupts. Yeah.
If you're Sam, you should just peel everything.
Yeah, he should just peel here and lose the game during the battle.
Because you don't know what Steve has in his hand.
Yeah.
And the diff looks like it's only about 7 or 8 cards.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's much. Sam needs a count on the life count here. Sam should have probably just declined his destiny draw, actually.
There we go. Yep, so he was playing the Space and Destroy.
Yep. I think you definitely should if you're playing these Episode 1 Starfighters. It's just like, yeah, this matchup it doesn't matter, but like against mains or whatever, it's super good. That looks like a diff of about 10, yeah, so...
And now they're going to count lost piles as well. So Sam is going into game 2, has to win by 10. Or win by 11. I don't think Sam wants to win the game by 10, especially when he's got about 1 billion cards in his lost pile. 45 or 35? Jeez Louise, that's tough.
What was did we get Steven's lost pile count?
I have no clue. It looks like about 25, but I don't know exactly. I think texting worse is probably going to be our best option.
Okay. I will say it's 25 for the moment, and then we'll revise that as needed.
That's fair.
So, all right. So I don't know if I assume the players are going to take a short break because that game was quite long, and then we will be back here with our game 2 coverage. Again, that was Steven Cellucci winning with his Thrawn deck over Sam Tashima's Hidden Base by 10, with a pretty significant loss pile differential. So Sam probably can't rely on
Brain
tiebreakers to
racing.
win this. Yeah, he's gonna need to outright win the next game by 11 or more. So definitely doable, but Sam's got his work cut out for him. We'll see what he can make happen here. Let me see if I can
Real
get.
quickly, just for the YouTube people watching later, the reason that Sam never was able to get a retrieval off with all wings is because code clearance was sitting on Steven's stack of effects.
Ah,
So if he would have retrieved with all wings, he would not have been able to retrieve with Weathervane or Walkling. And by the time that he wasn't retrieving with Weathervane, he didn't have enough cards to do the retrieval with all wings.
looks like for updates on the other games, Mike Kessling looks like he scooped his. He conceded his match against Hayes because the differential was lots, and Mike wasn't able to draw up to block it. So um, Hayes, I think, won that match. Chris Kelly and Jeff Levine are going to the stream table now. Chris Kelly won game one by 15. Lost pause
Any
8 to
idea what that
8 to 23.
match was?
Chris was on court. Jeff was on no idea. Which, yeah,
Oof.
that sounds like about what should happen in that game.
And now it is
Dark
Chris Kelly.
Dark side win by 15ish. Yeah, that sounds right.
And now it is
Regular spin
Kelly
play.
on Hitco, surprise, surprise, versus Jeff Levine on Hunt Down. Alrighty. I do have to step out for a second. I will be back in just a moment.
Okay. I will go ahead and we'll break the stream until Sam and Steve return. So stay tuned. All right. Welcome back, Star Wars fans. We got game 2 of our quarterfinal match between Sam Tashima and Steven Cellucci coming up here for us. I think Logan will be returning in a moment. He's stepped away for a minute, but we have Steve running back the deck he played in the Swiss portion. He's got QMC. Sam changed his dark side deck as well. He is playing Revenge of the Sith, Maul Revenge of the Sith. So he is starting the Desert Landing Site as required by the Epic event, and then his starting battleground that allows him to play all that out is the Tatooine Jabba's Palace. And he's got Jabba's Haven and Security Precautions, and You Cannot Hide Forever combo. So this actually looks a lot like the deck that was played last year. That was called an extension of the Tom deck, basically a deck that's very heavy on playing a lot of battlegrounds quickly, getting a lot of activation quickly, so you can activate essentially your whole deck, and then being able to track a lot of high destiny cards to the bottom, spreading out with mains. So we'll see if that's the sort of build that Sam is using here. I know we saw Mike Kessling, I believe, play a deck or play this same platform in the top 8 of the GemPC, as I recall, and he was playing a very hit and run style deck. He was not playing like an actual lightsaber card to go on Maul. He's playing permanent weapons. So we'll see what Sam's brought to the table here with this build. Certainly his deck likely going to be a little less conventional than Steve's deck. So looks like they are shuffled up and ready to go. So they're going to kick things off here. Sam's going to get to put his starting interrupt in his hand. No, he has a Lord Maul. Okay, so he has no characters in the hand. No, he has a Lord Maul and a Boba Fett in Slave 1, as well as one of his sights and a bunch of red cards. So he is going to take his first action and use his Cannot Hide Forever combo to go get his system. That is the Carita system, I believe. Steve is going right to his shields. I think he is looking for Don't Do That Again to suspend mobilization points. I was thinking about it. Looking at his other shield options, trying to evaluate, is he going to need the other shields? Or does he think he's got the shield pull to spare to suspend Sam's effect? He does not, so Sam will go ahead and lose Cannot Hide Forever. Does not get placed out of play. Sam, it goes lost, so you can retrieve it. He's going to get something special planned for him, so a grabber with his effect pull here. I'm pretty sure it doesn't go out of play. Nope, that's not the right window. Yeah, place effect in lost pile. So yeah, that Sam's effect should be in lost pile, not out of play. Not super likely to matter. That goes into his hand, yeah. Sam's considering if he wants to also pull shield while he's out of. He is going to pull his grabber, and he's going to pull Imperial Detention to block free deploys, which would probably just be the raise resistance or the lance resistance transport. Right. So he activates 8 on his first turn, I think. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Sam will play his site from hand. He's got the card system from hand as well. His job is Palace to go get a site. And he's going to look while he's in there to see if his... That looks like a... Is that Nahada? Yeah, that's Nahada. Okay. I thought he might have a third system, which would be wild, but he pulls Nahada and the Audience Chamber. So Sam getting all his activation set up real quick here. Just a quick scan back through the deck to see what's in there, what might be in his force pile. Alright, and then we got here, I guess technically speaking, as far as the parsecs go, the Tatooine stuff should be on the other side of Bespin, but it doesn't really matter. As long as they don't travel between Tatooine sites and Bespin sites, we're fine. So there's something special planned for him. And then he's got a lot of force to work with, but not a lot of action in his hand to work with. So he is going to go aggressive here. He'll go directly to one of the Cloud City sites. Advantage of Revenge of the Sith, the -1 to drains on the Cloud City sites does not apply for Revenge of the Sith as long as they have one of their Sith characters there. So in this case, it'd be Lord Maul or Lord Sidious.
Just a small note. It is Dark Jedi, not just Sith.
Yes, sorry, Dark
Asajj
Jedi. Yeah.
and our good friend Savage do not cancel the reductions.
Yep. So Sam's going to draw a card and pass. Pretty good start for him. Welcome back, Logan.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we got... Can't quite tell what's in Steve's hand. I don't think he's done the Belden's Eye pull yet to get Hark Seth and the Overseer. That appears to be what he's doing right now. Yep. So he's going to get his space set up as usual. Hark Seth not actually worth any... Or it's worth 1 activation right now.
Yeah, Hark Seth is not going to be worth a lot this game. Just with the only non-battlegrounds most likely being one Jabba's Palace site or the Maul site.
Yeah.
This kind of deck doesn't tend to put a lot of non-battlegrounds on table. They are going to spread just as QMC likes to do.
Yeah. Alright, Steve's going to activate. He's going to go get a site with his objective. I would guess the guest quarters would be priority 1. Because you can't cancel the drains either with Revenge of the Sith, so the Upper Plaza walkway, or the, whatever, North Corridor?
One of the 4.
Yeah, I
6.
can never remember which one it is. That one doesn't matter as much, although it could matter later, because Cloud City, like the QMC is going to put enough Cloud City sites out that, yeah, and that's the one he gets, so I'm wrong again. He's likely to put enough sites out that if Sam's going to occupy all the Cloud City sites, some of them are going to be with not Dark Jedi, so he's going to be able to cancel those drains. So, all right, so Steve will play out the Overseer.
Is the effect on Jabba's Palace, is that the security precautions?
Yes, that's security precautions.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Sam activated 8 on turn 1.
Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous, but...
Alright, so, and then Steve's going to get Leia's Resistant Transport. He's going to have to pay 2 for the Ray. Which on the one hand is fine. You get more choices with the use pop pull. On the other hand, I mean, Steve is only has like 7 cards in hand now, so you'd kind of prefer to have drawn those 2 cards, I would think. Because it doesn't seem likely that he's going to the ground this turn.
This also means there's no alternatives to fighting.
Yep, no alternatives to fighting.
There's a barrier potentially, but there's no alternatives.
Yeah, I
Although I
mean,
don't think Sam is planning on going to battle in space.
not this turn. No, he's pretty safe on Bespin this turn. The battle wouldn't really even accomplish anything even if he did it. So, all
If
right.
Sam has the Sidious and can go down to the upper north, south, east, west, whatever corridor, just so that he can control it, and it doesn't. It means that he can drain with Asajj or uh, anyone else who's not a Dark Jedi and not have it risk being canceled, which could impact later in the game.
Yeah, I think if
Might not
Sam
matter for the first turn or two, but
Yeah, I think if Sam got to do absolutely everything exactly the way he wanted to, he would prefer to have Sidious at like the guest quarters and then use everybody else to control the North Corridor. But
mhm.
it's gonna depend on what he's able to do. As you say, he only drew one card last turn, and he only had the Lord Maul as a character last turn. So he doesn't really have, or he maybe has like one character to deploy here this turn. So I suspect what we'll see is he'll draw
Is
and
he
or
activating
he'll
17 force? Someone
one,
want to tell me if my
two,
math is right?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is 17 force on turn 2.
That is absolutely disgusting.
That is the reason you play this deck, right? That's what we're.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he is going to drain for 3 with Lord Maul at the Cloud City site. Can't be canceled, can't be reduced by light side, so I think Steve really has no choice but to just eat it. So we'll
It's
see
a
what.
drain of 3, no?
Yeah, it's a drain of 3.
Okay.
So we'll see how he goes about taking that damage. Early enough that he might not want to peel. Although, I mean, we saw him win before when he peeled 3 sites. So, North Corridors are cancel.
Yep.
Thanks, Taco Bell. You can see I played a lot of QMC because I definitely know what all the locations are.
I do prefer my north, south, east, west, upper corridor.
Yep. So he's gonna lose the document from hand and peel Din Djarin and
Ooh.
Don't Tread on Me. So
The
he,
docking bay is fine. You're not too worried about that. You're
yeah,
not worried about needing to shuttle people up. Din hurts. Din would have been incredibly nice to have.
yeah, Din's a card you would like to have. So Sam's looking at his reserve deck. There's a first strike in there. A lot of characters. It's gonna give up a verify. No Jabba's Palace site.
With how this game is going, I honestly thought that was his hand. So
I thought it was like, how did all of those cards get that? Nope, not yet. Nope, that's his reserve deck. Okay,
yeah, it's
all right.
activating 17 on turn 2.
Yeah. So Sam has his Boba Fett and Slave One. I wouldn't actually hate just playing it to a system so you're not paying for battle plan anymore and drawing cards. But you're still gonna get to draw like 8, like.
Yep.
So
I also wouldn't hate like a Hondo to the audience chamber and some other guys up into space, like a slave one into space. The only thing you're worried about is that Han chewing the Falcon.
yeah,
That's realistically the only card that you are worried about too much.
I think Sam was like kind of taking stock of his reserve deck and evaluating like what's in my force pile. Do I just want to draw all these cards? Nope. He's gonna go ahead and play the Boba Fett and Slave One. I do get a call right once in a while. He's gonna draw probably most of the rest of those cards. I see there's a force field, a Maul Strikes, a Dark Time for the Rebellion be in hand for Sam. There's a very shiny card at the front that I cannot tell what it is. There's a comm scan and another red card. That looks like a character of some sort of foil character.
One of
There's
those might be the Sidious.
there's a
There's a
double
double
back.
back.
That's a good one. There's Masterful Move. I think I saw a Sniper Dark Strike go by. That's a P59. That's a can't tell.
I feel like I'm
There's
watching Beef Red. I can't tell what half of the cards in his hand are.
I think that was a Lord Maul with lightsaber, or Darth Maul with lightsaber, the Reflection 3 double swing one. So he has a backup Maul. That's not really the one that you want to go down in this matchup because you're not likely to be able to get into a battle with it, but
Yep.
that's fine. Like, Sam would certainly be very happy if this Lord Maul with lightsaber from turn 1 just stayed on the table the whole game, so. But we'll
Yeah, he
see it.
might like it if it dies so that he can put it at the North Corridor, but he's not going to be unhappy no matter what.
Yeah. We'll see what comes of all that. So Steve goes ahead and activates. Sam holding on to his pullers. I don't think Steve's likely to drain for 1. He probably draws a card with Ray, but probably not draining for 1.
Did Steven pull Battle Plan? Is that the
Uh,
card under?
yes, Steven pulled Battle Plan.
Okay. It's short,
Um,
so I thought it was do or do not for a second.
all right, yes, he's creating some space as he pulls a sight. There's the guest quarters. Just putting as much space, as much obstruction between Maul and the North Corridor as possible.
Yep.
Trying to put Sam in a spot where he has to deploy characters to there, so he has to spend the extra force. If he plays Lord Sidious, he's also going to give Steve a free location pull with Harkstaff. Doesn't come up that often, but sometimes.
The distance between Bespin and Nalhutta is 3, so the majority of ships are going to be able to get from one to the other without too much difficulty. We've seen in some matchups where the nearest system is like Kurita or Coruscant, and just everyone's stuck at the system they go to.
Yeah. Except for Lightside, because Lightside gets to play like Hyperspeed 7 ships for reasons.
I mean, they were the rebels, so they obviously had better technology.
That's how you complete the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, which is certainly never how my Kessel runs go. We always take the long way to Kessel and stack 10 cards on there.
If you're stacking less than like 5 cards, is it really a battle? Or no, not a battle. Sorry, is it really like a Kessel run?
You should only get to retrieve 2 instead of 4. All right, so we got Yakshit going down to the guest quarters, and then he's paying some force for somebody. Rio Durant.
That'll give him the flip.
Yeah, I've seen Steve get a lot of value out of Rio Durant this tournament. So yeah, he's gonna get his flip, activate 2, and then he's gonna get to find a card. I see a Keep Your Eyes Open. That's a good one. There's a Luke Skywalker V, also a good one.
That's an interesting one. Normally, when we see QMC, we see people play the like Old Man Luke or Luke Rebel Scout.
Yeah, you often see them play some kind of durable ground Luke, just because like Luke is one of the more durable ground characters that QMC is allowed to play. That's just like a one-off.
Yep.
But in this case, Steve going with the space plan Luke. I mean, maybe correctly assessing that like the ground package of just pile of aliens is actually pretty good right now, and like Luke does a little bit more for you in terms of diff if you put him in space and retrieve every turn. So
that's fair. But also, like, if Sam would have flipped over Aobs, Steven would have been like, God dang it.
I mean, maybe it's also possible that he's playing 2 different Lukes, right? Like he's got this Luke, and then he maybe has a ground Luke, and like between his keeping the Empire at forever pulls, he's able to find the one that he needs for the matchup. That is an extremely bright virtual card.
I'm gonna go with Weathervane because it just has the bottom text.
Yeah, it looks like it is probably a half slip rather than like Ancient Watering Hole.
Yep.
It's not sand because he would have put cards on. Yep, Weathervane, perfect. Good call. All right, so then Rio Durant's gonna move over to the North Corridor. Steve's gonna pull resistance, and then draw cards. So he is banking on his evasion being good enough to protect his 2 aliens that do not draw Destiny alone on the Cloud City sites. So we'll see if Sam is able to challenge that assumption. He is saving, I think, 4. Yeah, it looks like 4. We should really have a mandate that people have to play more of the sleeves that have like patterns and designs on the back, so we can more easily count their count their piles when they're fanned out like
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to count Sam's. It's like between 4 and 17,
that.
probably. So
All right, yeah. Sam's gonna activate his 18 force now.
quick little update. CK Chris Kelly won game 1 by 15, and then scooped to Jeff Levine in game 2. So it looks like Jeff Levine will be advancing
Oh,
into the top 4.
that's a rough one. If he won by 15 and then
Hitco versus BHBM. Jeff Levine on BHBM.
yep, that's a matchup that could definitely have that happen. It's gonna that's a pretty draw dependent matchup as I recall. It's just really like who draws their tricks and who's able to contest, and so
All the fun stuff.
Hunt down, not Brigham. Same difference really. Brigham has a few different dynamics to it because of the capturing and all, but
Did I say BHBM? I'm sorry, I'm
yeah.
losing it.
All right, so Steve loses something I didn't see in a rescue in the clouds, and then
Looks like an Eller's Matic.
okay. All right, Sam's gonna pull the droid workshop with the Jabba's palace. Looks like
I thought that was the incinerator for a second. I was like, why is Darkseid playing it? I thought it was just Lightside.
So Sam's got a number of characters in there, but between
Didn't see what kind of aliens. Yeah.
well, between the Native Destiny and the Revenge of the Sith objective, there's still the Destiny is still not too bad, especially given how low the defense value and forfeits are of the aliens on Cloud City.
Yeah,
So
everyone's getting swung at.
yeah, so like I think you actually can hit like
Especially when you go and take the Gick out of there.
yeah, yep. So Sam's gonna get his Gick out of his deck with his Master Remove combo.
Throw some cards on the ground because he's mad at them.
He did not play his double black last turn, so that excuse me, the Zuckuss and Misshunter is still in his deck somewhere.
Oh, is he playing the Z4 combo and not
oh,
the?
I was assuming Z4 combo, but it could be Forlom it could be Forlom V, which also still in his deck, still in his reserve deck somewhere, or force pile somewhere. It could be the bottom card of used, I suppose. That would be
upsetting.
not great. So Sam is going to have to pay the best bin tax in order to deploy his characters out here. So SP59 is going to cost 5.
I like going in front of Yoxkit. Sure, you get value out of Rio, but Yoxkit is infinitely more valuable and easier to hit.
And then
right?
Sam still has
Maybe.
13 force left after he spends 5 on the P59. I think Rio's not actually harder to hit. Nah, he's also ability 2. Although Yaksha's ability 1, yeah?
So he plays barrier on P59. That gets grabbed on Sam's free grabber.
Oh, Yaksha's ability 2. Okay,
so they're equally.
Yeah, they're equal. They're equally easy or difficult to hit depending on your perspective. Excuse me. Barrier on the free grabber is interesting.
I like it. I mean, you're not. QMC is, in most cases, running 2, maybe 3, and you're more worried about making them pay to play Path.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
versus
Path
just making sure they don't get to cycle the barrier.
Yeah, Path is the one. There's the other one that's like, I think you kind of prefer, to. All right,
There's
so then he's
beautiful
got
Kylo.
Kylo ran with lightsaber special promo 1, which is why it was so shiny in his hand that we couldn't see it. We see Steve's evaluating his options. He does have 2 paths and a Hujix in his hand, so yeah, definitely enough evasion to do the split that he did here without being too worried about it. This does mean though that if he paths away, Sam's gonna have pretty damaging presence at all of the battleground sites on Cloud City, which is not what you want if you're QMC. So We'll see what Sam decides to do in addition here. I think this is enough. I think you fight with just this. I don't think you want to add more to Kylo necessarily. Man, a Path of Least Resistance cancel would be so sweet.
That is gonna get grabbed.
Oh, if there was a Path Canceller, yeah.
Yep.
All right, yeah,
I mean,
Sam's figuring out
there is a card that makes your opponent lose one if they move away from a battle. Just saying.
Oh, no, he had the Forlom all along. That was the other shiny card that he drew. So plays the Forlom to the Droid Workshop where he only costs 2. And now I actually don't know if he has anything else to play with that double back. He probably is going to keep it in case he needs to retrieve the Boba Fett and can play it again or whatever. But
Yep.
no need to lose it. He plays Dark Time combo.
Prevent him from canceling Destiny?
Maybe.
That's getting grabbed.
May not cancel your battle list draws or character weapon destiny draws. That actually might be more what he's worried. That might be what he's worried about.
Yep.
Or if you that part doesn't matter. Cancel Kobe or Neverlands, that doesn't matter. Doesn't occupy battleground site. Doesn't matter.
So there's the keep your eyes open. He loses a barrier from used pile.
Oh, that's that's pretty fortuitous, I guess. Now, I mean, this is not perfect for Sam, but is ultimately, I think, fine. Like, you kill Rio, or actually, you may not kill Rio, right? Because he is immune to attrition less than 4.
Well, you're outpowering him.
You're outpowering. Oh, yeah, you're outpowering him. It's in. Oh, okay. So he's gonna grab He's gonna grab the path as Yakshit paths in.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, this would be a wild you'll be beaten or you're beaten. If Sam had it, he doesn't seem to have it though. So Kylo's gonna probably trade. Well, Kylo might not even trade if he doesn't draw high enough destiny. I think Sam's somewhat likely to draw 3. We'll see. There's a 3. That's something that looks like a character. Oh, it's an alien that got redrawn in hand. So there's a 4. 9.
I think Sam just loses his guy.
Sam definitely just loses his guy. He wasn't going to have to peel ever, but
are they immune?
They are immune, but I think
3, 6, 4 versus.
But it was power 9 against 7. Against is it even?
Yax gets 3 plus 3, and then he drew a 4.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why he lost Rio. He shouldn't have had to. Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. I think
it's not the judge can't interfere because you can choose to lose. You did have attrition.
Yes, I
just don't understand why he lost Rio.
He probably forgot the immunity of Taco Bell. So yeah, and I think I agree with that. I think that is likely what just occurred. We'll see if that comes back to hurt Steve. I mean, probably not, but it is an alien that is not on table now.
With species,
yeah, so now Steve's board position is pretty good here, though, right? Like he is going to get to drain for 2. He's going to get to retrieve 1 with Luke, move his Weatherbane along. And then there's an unoccupied there's not an unoccupied Cloud City site over there, so he could play over there and then play his celebration, so he can get that going. He saw that Sam played Master Move non-combo, so whether Sam has Master Move combo to cancel celebration is unclear.
I found it pretty common that they play 1 combo or 1 non-combo in this.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
The 6 is nice, but so is canceling occupation.
Yeah, so that's pretty reasonable. I would agree. Man, I don't think I'm considering that Dark Time play by Sam. And I'm like, I don't think I like that. Like, you saw your destiny. How likely was it that you were going to miss with 2 swings on a ability 2 character?
Probably pretty bad.
Like, we saw that there was some characters deck, but one was that Lord-Maul, which is a 3, and one was a Newt, which is a 3. So, and he pulled the Gick out, so I don't think he was likely to miss even through a rescue in the clouds. So, I think I would have preferred saving that Dark Time because you have P59, right? P59 only gets 1 swing, so or only gets 1 Destiny draw, so you want, I think, Dark Time to make
It
sure
would have
that
been
that shot
better
goes through.
for that 59, yeah.
Yeah, I think you want the Dark Time to make sure that shot goes through. Also, you can play Dark Time in battle. I guess so. Sam may not have been anticipating to keep your eyes open,
Yep.
right? Like the keep your eyes open made the Dark Time play feel even worse because like you played
Yep.
you played the Dark Time combo and it was never going to do anything because you weren't going to get to shoot at all anyway. But Sam, I think I think it's reasonable that he wasn't thinking about keep your eyes open at that moment. It was the rescue in the clouds was on his mind. So all right, Steve is looking at his force pile before he retrieves with Luke, considering what he wants to do here. Looks like Sam stepping away while Steve is thinking. Just taking stretching
Maybe
his
just needed to grab some water,
yeah.
refill that water or bottle,
Stretch
whatever.
his legs a little bit.
Also very possible. Sometimes you gotta stretch. You just need to stretch.
Yeah. All right, Sam's back, and Steve hasn't made a decision yet. So, so good call by Sam. Sam's still presenting 4 damage here. I guess 3 damage if Steve can satisfy resistance, which he or ultimatum, which he likely can. It would be strange.
Probably.
It would be strange to me if he was unable to do so. Although he might. It's possible that he like isn't able to put presence on the table in such a way that he's confident that his evasion will allow him to survive Sam's attack and also satisfy resistance. It's possible that those things don't coincide. So we'll see what he ends up doing. I think definitely Steve would prefer to get himself into a spot where Sam does not feel comfortable battling so that he can't turn the weather vane back.
Yep.
Especially because the presence that Sam already has on table is too far from the North Corridor to move in front. So if
Steve, you don't want to move to the non-battleground.
Yeah, so Steve can like put Isla Sakura and somebody with Yak shit over there in such that it's very difficult for Sam to successfully attack over there. That feels like it might be worth taking an extra damage on the drain.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Just like if you get to rotate Weathervane next turn, that's probably worth it.
Getting to rotate Weathervane is always super beneficial. I think especially in match play. Like even if you're not retrieving, just getting to rotate it is incredibly valuable.
Yeah. Especially against this like ostensibly weapons heavy deck when you get to like go pluck that keep your eyes open out from low in your lost pile.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think like the most devastating play that I see a bunch of times with keep your eyes open is like I'll play keep your eyes open and it gets canceled. I'm like, okay, I'll solo my keep your eyes open. Like, oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. It's always really annoying. Also
like,
interesting to mention. Ooh, that is an It's a Trap.
Steve's thinking a lot about that It's a Trap. He's
that
debating.
Is scary.
It sure looks like he's debating between It's a Trap and Hanshin the Falcon. I think are those first 2 cards.
Yep.
Hanshin the Falcon would mean that he moved away from the solo Chewie and Bowcaster package that he had yesterday.
Yep.
Which I think makes sense if you're expecting like more dark side mains than there were yesterday. Which I mean, so far I think is accurate. Sam is playing this one here, and Jeff is on Hunt Down. So,
But I mean, CK's on court of the was on court of the Vile Gangster.
well, but he was on court yesterday too. So it's not like he moved away from mains.
Okay, fair, fair.
Uh, Talking about saying, yeah, plus playing a Weatherman and QMC is so thematic. Yes, that's very true. All right, so Steve finally makes his call. There's Isla Sakura. And you need one more for that to be really good. He plays Don't Tread on Me. That's going to be to get Ancient Wandering Hole.
Yep.
I guess it could be free to get Sand, but Ancient Wandering Hole is a lot more likely.
I thought about Sand as well, but I just don't think you need that, especially with Ayla. Like,
Yeah.
you're not worried about Sam drawing 4 Battle Destiny against you.
No, and I think you play the Don't Tread on Me
yet,
there
at least.
because you know you can get an Ancient Wandering Hole with it. Can't see who that other alien is. And there's Lee Sub over to the Jabba's Palace. I believe that is probably 5 species. Whoever went with Isla is probably an alien with a species. And
Arc, yeah.
Steve's
That
just
looks like 5.
Steve's just recirculating, saving looks like 5 force. Kafel, that's who it is, Kafel.
The only thing I don't like about that is Sam is probably going to pull resistance if he gets to another battleground, and you have no protection other than barrier and Hujix. If you're at Cloud City, you make Sam pay +1 to deploy his guys. You are still threatening a drain of 2, even if he pulls ultimatum, and you have access to a card like, well, yeah, Path, because he does have Force saved.
I think the advantage here for Steve is that putting Lee Sub out there, if Sam's gonna take a shot at Lee Sub, it's by putting a character to a place where Sam doesn't really want it to go. He really wants to commit all of his characters to Cloud City if he can. So putting Lee Sub at the Cloud City site would be kind of playing into both of their plans, and I think for Steve, it's worth more to him to put Sam's persona off of plan rather than putting another alien on Cloud City to boost up his own. That would be my guess.
Fair.
But
Fair.
we'll see what Sam decides to do here. So, like, he just kept flashing one of the characters in him, but I'm pretty sure it's a Darth Maul with lightsaber, which does not do any good here. So Sam does get to do his 3 damage. Card that Sam would really want to find here is First Strike. First Strike would do a lot of good for him.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, that was in his reserve deck verify a couple turns ago.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so he's got 6 destinies, minimum of 3 though. There are 3 threes in there.
Yeah, that's bad. Sam needs to draw better destiny.
Yeah, 3 is not. Well, 3 threes means that like attacking on Cloud City is not gonna probably work out very well.
No, unless you have a way to add 1 to them. No. Feels too dangerous to go to Cloud City in battle.
Yeah, I guess QMC adds attrition to only aliens on Cloud City. Okay. Why is my comp like all messed up? What's going on here? There it goes. No. Independent operation gives all your aliens everywhere immune less than 4.
Yep.
Wow. So yeah, actually Sam's attack here is pretty bad. Because he's like 50% to not crack Lee Sub's immunity.
That's pretty bad.
So he goes with Aura Singh. And Aplek. 6. Interesting. Oh, and Asajj. Okay. So lots of characters. Still 5 force left. It's ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
So Asajj is going to take out Lisa unless there's like another keep your eyes open,
Mm-hmm.
which is not out of the question, but we'll see. Um, yep, battles against Lisa. Wants to take out the Ancient Watering Hole first before anything else happens. So he swings 3/3. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to happen. Hit and forfeit -2. So 2 now, right? Lisa is.
He's 5 with Ancient Watering Hole.
She's 4 with Ancient Watering. She's -3.
Is she 3/3?
Yeah, she's 3/3.
Huh.
Asajj draws a 6. Wow. Okay, so 6 against essentially 6. So Steve owes 1 here on that. Oh no, but Lisa covers that. So.
Yep. And Weathervane gets rotated.
Yep. Having drawn the 6, I don't know if. Oh, yep, he is going to go ahead and battle.
He's gonna pay 2.
And
3.
then 3, 4, it's a trap. Yeah, yeah. Which is
Steven
fine.
doesn't necessarily know what those destiny are, does he?
That he just used?
No. That Sam has in his reserve deck.
Oh no, he knows one's a. Well, he knows. He knows what the 3 are because he gave up the verify.
He did. Okay.
We couldn't really see. I know that one's a 3 and the other 2 are red cards, so I couldn't tell which ones they were.
Fair.
So Sam is just gonna end his turn, pay maintenance. He's got 4 Lam going, so he can actually. Well, he's gonna lose 1 to a drain here, and then he can make it so he draws that 6 here in this battle. I think if Steve elects to fight there.
Yep.
Which on the one hand is like, it would make sense for him to do so because he probably can just deploy like 3 aliens or something. But on the other hand, it's like, well, but it's not necessarily great. RSing another one that like you'd have liked to see still having the Dark Time for, because I think Steve is unlikely to play another Jedi here, and then Aura can't shoot at Isla until you shoot at everyone else, so you gotta kill one of the other aliens first. Okay, there goes the 3. Sam loses the Lord Maul with lightsaber off the top. I actually don't know if this ROTS-Maul deck plays a Lord Sidious. Like, I feel like you would, but...
I mean, a 1-of, if you have Stunning Leader, would be really, really good.
Yeah. And he's a Destiny 3. He, like, holds a sight super well. I feel like you would play 1. Even in this build that is, like, designed to be more aggressive.
Yep.
Also, you need to play it to turn on Always Tuthor, which is one of the better cards for ROTS that, like, makes Revenge of the Sith. It's one of the appeals of playing Revenge of the Sith, is being able to play Always Tuthor.
Yep.
Nabran. And a Galen Urso? Wow.
What?
That's an interesting one. So he plays Nabran for Galen Urso.
Why is Galen in there?
And Sam has a second Dark Time combo to cancel Nabran.
So he'll pay 1 to retrieve it with what?
Luke.
Oh, that was during control phase.
Yeah.
Understood.
Oh, there's a wild card against Boba now that Sam's force is all depleted.
I like that.
And
That best shuffle combo?
Figuring Dan in the
Yep.
Molten Nodes combo, which doesn't do anything up there.
Well, come on. We know it's the best shuffle combo.
There's Leia in front of Maul and P-59. Steve's made some strange plays. Does Figuring Dan... Oh, Figuring Dan draws if unable. So, okay. Figuring Dan does do something there.
I don't like not deploying anyone else aboard the ship, though.
Yeah, I was so confused. Okay, so...
Oh, unless you know what it is.
Five and 6. So that will kill the modal nodes.
That's why I wish you would have put someone else aboard.
Yeah. Because
now you
have the empty wild card.
Well, also you lose the modal nodes. Like one of the best cards in the deck. Getting a free retrieval every turn is disgusting.
Man, that was actually even worse than that because the modal nodes was the 5th species. So now Ancient Waterhole's turned off. Yeah, wildcard has to move back over. And then
aim high.
It pulls aim high.
Yeah, if Jabba's Haven's on table, I like it.
Yeah, that was actually that might have been a miss.
That's why I would have put Leia in space. You don't need her on the ground. Oh, what the heck?
He maybe couldn't afford to do that because it just he only has one force save now.
-2.
Yeah, she's -2 there. I'm wondering if Sam maybe should have retrieved with Jabba's Haven before before Aim High was out.
He pulled it after bet was lost though.
He pulled it after the battle, but Sam gets first action after the battle ends.
I don't think Sam wanted to rip the Boba Fett immediately.
Maybe. Alright, so Sam is aware that he's like 3 away from that 6. So, I mean, don't you just... You definitely pay 3 to drain 3. You don't... I wouldn't drain at the North Corridor because Leia's there, but you definitely drain for 3. Yeah. So he loses Sand, Guts, and Escape Pod combo off the top. Sam's consulting his shields. Goes with Coward. That's a clever one there.
Interesting, to say the least.
Well, Steve's not satisfying Coward right now because he's moved all his guys to a non-battleground. So he's only on the system. He would need to play a path in his control phase in order to be able to retrieve with Luke or Weathervane. I guess he's 2.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, he's 2 away from Weathervane anyway, but he could still like drain for 0 at the North Corridor or the Upper Plaza Walkway in order to get the retrieval, but he can't get that at all now. So,
yep.
Yeah, I like Coward there, especially if you aren't expecting another shield to be relevant here.
So yeah, you're not.
Sam's just going to shuffle up his reserve. All red cards, it looked like, so all good destinies.
I understand stopping the retrieval. I think I would have rather waited to see Ultimatum or Resistance or whatever the dark side version is. But I understand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he paid 1 to retrieve that, didn't he? Or did he just have a second? He may have just had a second Boba Fett ship.
That would be...
Oh, Steve's going to get Namered again next turn. Yeah, that's true. So Steve will be able to Namer in order to do his damage and stuff, so... Yeah, Coward maybe not that good. Although, I mean, it's not out of the question that Sam could have another Neighboring Cancer that isn't Dark Time, but we'll see. I don't think has one in hand right now.
Gosh, I just got the sun on me.
Now, Steve played a Scott Lingrell special against Sam last game. If Sam has that same Scott Lingrell special, that would be wild.
Which one was that?
Surprise, because
Ah,
surprise targets effects or interrupts. So you could make you could make you could make Steve neighboring all of his characters like to the droid workshop, like
God.
which would
Or if
be
he's just gonna neighbor on one guy, you drop him in front of Ara and Aplek.
yeah. I mean, it would be it's a funnier play in decks that have like the blockade flagship bridge, where like sure you neighbor
Yep.
all your guys to the blockade flagship bridge, where they can't do anything. Have fun.
Or great in decks that have non-battleground
Oh yeah, then have like
planet sites, so
yeah
that you can projection. You can just
yeah
you're gonna play projection on my two sites. I'm gonna move both of them to the yeah. Let's move them to Vader's castle. That's
yeah.
cool.
It's the kind of card that's like, well, does it do anything? Does it do something all the time? No, definitely not. When it does something, is it like super awesome? Like kinda, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's sick.
so, Steve, I think tracking around to try to make sure that he draws as low a destiny as possible for the Nabrin that he did pick up from his force pile. Sam did save 3, so he could actually have another Dark Time if he had 3 Dark Time combos. All right, so
If
Steve's going.
Sam's playing 3 Dark Time combos, I think he just deserves to win.
Yeah, Steve is going to Nabrin over to the Jabba's palace.
See, and I wouldn't have hated surprise in this deck because then you can just move projection from your sites to the Droid Workshop.
Yeah, to the non-battleground. Yeah.
Whoa, Ghana Gleamort,
Yep.
and then a barrier.
So he's going to retrieve with a Weather Vane to get back the Fikrin Dan.
That's fair.
And then pay 1 to retrieve with Luke.
I really like adding Guts. If you got matched up against Chris Kelly and you could just say, well, here's Guts, no more scum. It would have been nice. Only Jeff Levine had that card.
I mean, he won the match, so.
But we don't focus on the details.
All right, so there's Cara Dune, who is an Alderaanian alien. So that is 5 species.
I'm not a big QMC guy. How often do we see Cara Dune in QMC? Is that like pretty common?
I think it's pretty uncommon.
Okay.
So Steve is down to 4 cards in hand. He has 3/4 saved. So he's gonna pass here, saving all the 4. So do keep in mind Sam's got to win this by 11 in order to advance. I don't think he's like in too much danger of that yet because he still has a lot down and a lot in hand, but Steve is finding his ways to force through damage and push some action. So now resistance not satisfied. So all right, Sam drew a specific card, I think, with Forlom, and then activated the rest of his force. So he is going to drain 3, and then 1 in space. Probably not going to proc Leia because he activated everything, so he can't do a battle. So, right, there's a tentacle. Ostensibly deployed on Boba Fett and Slave One, but I don't think that was really intentional. So,
You didn't see Tentacle VV deploy on Boba Fett and Slave One?
Deploy on Boba Fett and Slave One. All drains against opponent are plus their life force. All right, so he's playing Force Push, Japanese tentacle even. So none of us can verify that that's not what it does.
Exactly. Who knows?
Sam will put 2 cards back. It looked like a barrier and then something else. he found his card with Force Push pretty quickly, so he seemed to have a definite idea of what he was looking for, which kind of means he found 2 specific cards last turn or this turn because he activated down to something and then Forlorn and activate the rest. So that definitely says to me that he was doing something specific with that, and then Force Push to shuffle everything else. So Sam definitely getting everything set up for himself. We'll just see what he's able to do. For a second, I thought the stream was frozen, but Sam had just physically stopped moving in the middle of counting his force pile, and I thought the video froze.
Yep. So there's the Lord Sidious that we were talking about.
Okay, all right. Lord Sidious not actually great here. Okay, Newt Gunray does a thing, but now Sidious is not alone.
However, if Sam battles, uses Gunray, and then loses Gunray, and then tries to barrier Gunray, he does become alone. If he initiates, uses Gunray, adds a Destiny, and then loses Gunray, he becomes alone. So you don't have to worry about...
Well, but the alone only matters at the start of battle, so...
Well, I mean next turn. Like going into Steven's turn. Which no longer really matters that since Prince Zizor is at the site.
See, he's just gonna block it, but isn't Steve just gonna Nabrin?
Did he have another one?
Well, he could just use the first one again.
Oh yeah.
Because he can
It's
get
been
it every
canceled
turn.
like 7 times, hasn't it?
It's canceled once.
Same thing.
Well, okay, he can only do that trick one more time though, because Sam did find his second grabber, so he's definitely gonna grab the Nabrin if it gets played again.
For sure.
Yeah, he's not battling this turn with no reserve. I think Logan was talking about like on Steve's turn.
Before I noticed the no reserve, I was thinking you battle with Sidious and Gunray, you add 1, and then you lose Gunray, and you get to exclude going into Steven's turn.
Oh, sure, okay.
However, he has no reserve deck.
Yep, and then P59 moves in front of Leia. So I like this play by Sam. We're presenting multiple threats, and like QMC is really good at answering a specific one specific thing because of the force pop pull. But like when they have to like, all right, I got to figure out how to deal with my stack in front of his stack at Tatooine. I also have to make sure Leia doesn't die. I also have to like you just put a lot of pressure on QMC to have all of the answers instead of some of the answers. And if Leia moves away, then maybe you do proc Leia because you get to drain 2/2, and then she uses her thing, but now she can't use it again. So now you're just threatening. You're just threatening to drain 7 on Cloud City every turn.
Yep.
And like Sam's been holding a sniper the whole game, so like he can even like move Lord Maul in front of Leia after that, and like what's she gonna do? So, I mean, there could be a rescue, there could be a bunch of things, but
he's threatening to do it this turn unless Leia moves over to the West Gallery.
Yes, that's true. So, I don't know why we got that reserve deck verify.
Probably with the backside of QMC.
Well, then we'd be not in control phase. I don't think Sam's lost, or Sam hasn't lost to the drain in space yet.
Doc.
Well, if
that's what I thought too.
That's what I was saying. Like, if it's the docking bay pull, then Steve declined his drain, which doesn't make any sense. Because that force push on top of Sam's lost pile is the force push that he played. So maybe there's a card in play that can search that we're missing.
Did he do it with Luke instead of retrieving?
See, that wouldn't make
Look
sense.
for Dark Lighter?
I don't know why you would do that though. Oh, Harksef can pull an immediate effect. That might have been what it was.
Could have been, yeah.
Because like Steve's probably just not playing an immediate effect, so you get to just verify whenever you want. I like that. That's what I was thinking so hard. It was like, what did he verify within his control phase? But Steve doesn't seem to have that many cards down. Like less than 15, I think.
something.
So he knows there's a 5 in his reserve deck. He only saved 1, so not battling into the Sidious stack. And then he activates that 1. Alright, so he does his drain in space. Sam probably losing from hand here. Oh, it's 2, right, because there's 5 aliens now. That's a no bargain? Alright, cool.
Excuse me? What?
Sam lost no bargain off the top.
That's certainly a card. What?
While no Imperials at any Java's Palisades at all set size or Rebels are deployed +2, Revolutions canceled, your non-unique aliens are forfeit +1. Not a card that Sam was going to deploy in this matchup, so he's fine. So yeah, Steve did his 2 damage, retrieved 1. Now he's figuring out what he wants to do with his hand and no reserve deck. How he wants to use his move phase here. I think moving Leia to the upper wall or the west corridor makes the most sense. And then you're satisfying resistance. I actually wouldn't even hate just leaving your alien stack in front of the Sidious stack, but you probably want to add 1 more alien for that. Anti-profit 0-hour attack, yeah. I mean, it's
or
like
even like
it's pretty
even like Hitco.
yeah.
Like
It's
any
good against
Rebel-based
Hitco.
deck.
There's a lot of Rebel decks, so
There's the Biss shuffled.
yeah, extra Hitco insurance. Yeah, it's pretty awkward that it doesn't do anything to Luke, but you know, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Like my father before me, stupid, and
No, it's a great card. It's a balance card.
yeah.
We love Chris Kelly.
All right, so figuring Dan and the mold nodes, I think Steve's figuring out if this is where he wants to deploy them. If he deploys them here, he's definitely committing to we're just going to leave the stack here, but like,
And I don't hate that.
I think Steve's fine. He's going to barrier. All right, sure.
I mean, it's a good play. You got a barrier to make sure you don't just like. Because watering hole rules work.
Because figuring Dan does unlock a recirculate. Sure.
Well, he can recirculate now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if Steven only has 5 species on table and one of them gets excluded from battle, does he lose the extra ancient watering hole text?
I don't think so, because they're still on table. They're just inactive. Well, I don't think so, but actually no. I think the inactive rules specify that the characters are inactive except for like flipping objectives and controlling locations. But I think they are still. I think you're right. I think they're still not counted for ancient watering hole.
If that's the case, because really weird interaction. I've seen someone get you are beaten at the Senate, and then after everyone's cleared except for the you are beaten character, it cancels the hover cam. And
that shouldn't happen. Yeah, because that's what Taco Bell saying. You can't cancel effects with it that way, and you can't flip objectives back.
Okay, so that was a interaction a couple years ago. Anyway, if that is the case and it stops ancient watering hole, I do like the barrier.
It doesn't though, because there were already 5 species.
Is there?
Yeah. Cara Dune is a Eldoranian.
Oh.
Yeah, all 5 of the aliens on the sites are species, and then the Harksaff is in space.
Right. He's holding a dash in his hand. I honestly want to see that go down to the ground.
Yeah, he put it on the wild card, which makes sense, but yeah, I think
he's going to move. Because Xizor's there. You just get the extra reduce.
Yeah, I mean,
or he could going to move phase.
I mean, or he could play him like against P59 and reduce.
Well, then you get, and that's not. Fun.
Well, I mean, he might have a rescue in his hand, right? And then maybe. you can bat. Well, I guess he doesn't have it. Well, he can recirculate, so he could battle.
He pays 1. Yeah. He moves Luke and Rey in LRT over.
Yeah.
Recirculates, ends his turn. Okay.
He's got to move Leia. Yeah, he's gonna move Leia for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a free movement. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah. Sounds like it sounds like I wish you wouldn't, but that's fine.
Yeah. So now he's got 8 7 species on table.
Now he has 7 species on table. Yeah. So Ancient Waterhome.
Interestingly
Yeah.
enough, if he would have barriered, oh, that still would have been 5. Dude, I'm losing it. It's too early. What time is it? Noon? Yeah, it's too early. So Sam is gonna do some damage this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, he's not.
If
He's
Leia doesn't cancel.
yeah. What I think I
Has
would.
he burned through any of them yet or no?
No, he hasn't used any of them. But I think you certainly start with the Maul Drain, and then you see what he peels. If he puts a 1 back on top, I actually don't hate then. Ooh, okay, so it's a little feast or
So he
famine.
goes to upload. It looks like 6, 4, 4, 3 because Maul is +2.
I think it was 6-4-5-3 because I think one was a
Yep.
I think one of those was
Maul
Maul Strikes. Who's at the North
Even
Corridor? Aura and Aplek. So I'll say what I don't hate is if you do the Maul Drain, and then if the top card of reserve of loss is like a 1, then you can drain at one of the other sites and proc a Leia Drain and put a 1 on top. And
or the 3 that's sitting there.
I mean, the 3 would be fine. I think like
You'd prefer it to be a 1 for sure.
Yeah, you'd prefer it to be a 1.
So he activates everything. He loses a Rio and a We're Doomed off the top.
Right.
You're not draining.
Nah,
You're not draining.
Or
you are.
Yeah, he's just going to. He's like, all right, now we're just gonna burn through the Leias. That's fine.
I mean, I like it.
Now
get them out of the way now.
Yeah.
Although you did put a Rio Durant on top of reserve deck.
You put Steve's favorite card on top of reserve. So
see, this is where you play Captain Kurgi and say and just
oh, that would be wild if you're just playing a random Captain Kurgi. All right, so we got
he originally had 4, but then he activated 2 more.
Classic Zuckuss and Misshunter. Going down. Now his text is not active here, but that's fine.
Deploys.
He's mostly just trying to maintain his space presence. So Sam's going to add Dr. E combo, which is fine. You weren't really going to get their text to apply, I don't think. So now
you weren't going to execute anyone.
I like that because you still have the sniper in hand.
They want to move
P59 moves over. 59. That's fine. It's not great. It's fine. Okay, and then move Aura over. That. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, that seems okay.
Because right now it's
that way. Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
No, reconsider.
Yeah, you want Aura there. I like this play from Sam because it forces Steven to commit more to Cloud City, and clearly that is not what he wants to do.
Yeah, Leia's not in a good spot there.
So he draws a Hondo and a card I didn't get to see.
Some red card.
Thank you.
He's got Gick in hand.
And he'll end his turn, pay 1 to maintenance.
Down to 18-19 in life is what Talkable's saying. Is it 18-19? Really? Steve
or
has
is it 18-19?
Steve has 18 left or 19 left? That's crazy. Oh, okay. Sam has 17. He doesn't know about Steve. Gotcha. Okay. I was going to say, based on what it looked like, there's just no way that Steve has that many cards, but okay, yep, following along. So, yeah, you're just watching along too. So you counted Sam's deck better than we did.
I'm not too good at counting. It's not my strong suit, so thank you, Taco Bell.
Yeah, okay, so Steve is going to activate down to 1. He still presents 2 damage in space.
I apologize. I'll be right back. I need to make sure I don't die quick.
Oh, okay. Steve did pick up his Nabrin, so he's got that again, but same deal. I'm pretty sure Sam's saving his tentacle for that. I certainly it's time to say both of these both players are playing this really really well. I feel like this game has gone in different directions than either of their scripted plans, and they're both doing a great job of reacting to it and putting themselves in good positions. So I think this is fantastic. So all right, ooh, that's a significant loss maybe. Sam
Yeah,
loses
that
Maul
Arca
strikes.
hurts.
Yeah, Maul strikes from Hannah and peels Arica. Arica could have been really strong.
So here's a Nabron into the lower corridors.
Nabrin. Oh, he's got to pay 5 for the Nabrin.
Works.
Yep. Sam's going to grab that. Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. All right, and then the whole alien sack moves over.
See, this is why I didn't like the coward pull. I would have rather seen the ultimatum.
Well, it's still only a drain of
Or resistance.
still only a drain of 2 over there.
Yes, but he's gotten a drain of 3 because of neighboring off, what is it, 3 times now? Or has it been twice?
He hasn't taken a drain of 3 ever.
He hasn't?
No,
Didn't he take one at the palace?
I don't think so. I don't think he took a drain of 3 this game. He could have drained for 3 there if he had neighbor into the audience chamber. But he did not do that, so. I do wonder what the plan is for Leia here. Because no reserve deck.
Leia's getting left out to dry.
There's no reserve deck.
He lost the, oh, Maz, okay. He already lost the docking bay, though. So, like...
Yeah, there's no reserve deck. He lost the docking bay. Doesn't seem to be playing the incinerator this time. Leia to UPC seems fine. Does it? I mean...
You're sitting in front of Aura. That sounds like it's going to be hurt.
Well, Steve does get to retrieve 2 there, so that's pretty good.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, yeah, Aura can't battle. Oh, so Sam actually maybe did mess up and should have not put...
However, can't Sam play Sniper Darkstrike and just execute Leia?
Yeah, Sam can still play Sniper Darkstrike even though Aura doesn't have ability. And then he's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and drains on 8 on drains on the ground.
Yeah, but also if Sam has a alien or a non-alien, that turn is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I still think we might have been. It might have been Sam might have wanted to switch the Aplak and Aura, but oh, he has a character in hand.
It's a Hondo though.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't help. Well,
so I don't.
Sam
is not planning on doing anything.
Hondo actually can. Hondo can fight Figrandan, which would actually be pretty strong.
Yeah, he can still sniper. That's why I would have liked to see him activate 1 less.
Yeah, because he's left himself unable to sniper now.
Yep.
Although the sniper wouldn't be protected from rescue in the clouds, so like.
Well, he can still sniper, but then he can't battle at the audience chamber.
Oh, he is gonna sniper. Draw the 4, which does hit and kill Leia. Alright, and then drains 2.
Yep.
So Steve's
got... Maz and a Galen off the top.
What does Steve have here? Like 5 cards left?
Not a lot. But we don't know what Sam has. So, like...
Sam, I mean, based on Taco Bill's count, Sam still has like 16 cards.
That does not look like 16 cards in his hand. So 4 for the Hondo in front of
3 for the Hondo.
yes.
And
I
then
cannot count.
he's going to move over just in case. In case there's a second in case he's literally playing a second copy of Nabrin Leads.
I'll pay 1 to move the Newt over.
Well, I guess no, because the second copy of Nabrin Leads would kill you now because you lost your Gick. So I don't. Yeah, that's not. You don't play.
So he moves
Playing around.
Sidious. Yeah.
Moves Forlom.
Why? Is he tracking something and he's trying to get a different card on top? Because that would make sense.
16 down for Sam. He has 5 left to give. Man, not finding that first strike has. I feel like finding the first strike would have been really, really, really good.
He's gonna draw a couple cards. He can't draw more than 5.
Yeah, he drew 4 and they're all red. He did find his
first strike.
He did find his first strike. So
you do have to. Oh.
He draws the 5th card, so he is down to 11 down.
Double Phantom Menace is crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna put one of those down with Forlom, I would assume.
Yep, and the other one's getting tossed.
Yeah,
I would think.
They don't do anything in your hand, certainly. And then you have to lose from hand to this drain of 2 in space.
Well, I mean, like, you're losing the force field.
Oh, I guess you could play an extra shield now, because you have the thing, so yeah. The force field, yeah, force field doesn't do anything. You can lose the force field.
I mean, you are only taking 2 damage. No.
Oh,
sorry, Forlom is not an actual character.
Yeah.
So he's taking a drain of 2 there.
He's taking 4 damage. But he can afford to take 4 damage, like...
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Hondo's a little risky, though, because, like... Hondo, I think, needed to go there to block the drain, but, like, I guess Steve only has, like, 6 down. So... Steve needs to win the game, like, this turn. Otherwise, Sam's just going to drain him out. I guess he retrieves 3 this turn, right? Because he gets Figrin Dan, Luke, and Weathervane.
Yep.
But he's taking 8 on the ground, right? Like, let's see if he used once per game recirculate. He has not. Or at least if he has used once per game recirculate, he certainly didn't do anything with it.
No.
Looks like Steve has 9 down now.
So he pays 4.
Lando.
Ooh.
That
could hurt.
Lando with Hondo is gonna... Oh, no, he's reconsidering that. No, he doesn't want to deploy anything. He just wants to move.
That's fair. Because you can't battle Hondo.
That's... Wait. No, that's bad. You can't do that.
What?
He just moved Wildcard and Dash Rendar in front of Zuckuss and without the ability to draw Battle Destiny. He only has 5 ability on the Wildcard. I guess, is he not gonna get overflowed there, maybe? Because he has 6 power and 10...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna get overflowed there, but he's eating...
But he also adds 2 to his total.
Yeah, wait, he's eating...
So... Oh, wait, no, his total doesn't matter.
No, his total doesn't matter because his total is reset to 0. So he's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's taking 9 in drain here. Like,
the problem, Taco Bell, is he didn't have enough to battle. He was 1 short of being able to battle.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He didn't have any force left.
Yeah, I think it might have cost him all of his force to deploy Lando, so he wasn't able to battle. In which case,
after he deployed Lando, he had 0 cards in his force pile.
Yeah.
So he reverted deploying Lando.
Which kind of says then that he didn't count correctly because he should have just not retrieved Luke or Figrindan, right? Like,
Or yeah, like I don't understand that turn.
yeah, exactly. Don't retrieve one.
Exactly,
Yeah.
don't retrieve one, but like
All right. I guess it's possible he could miss because he has a bunch of like random characters in his reserve deck that he retrieved. So like it's possible that he misses with Lando, and if he misses, he's not gonna probably overflow him.
but if you don't retrieve one and then you shoot them, like that works really well. You're
Uh,
probably doing overflow and then
if
you win
you
the match.
if you hit Hondo, I think you are very likely to win the game. Yes, to win the match right there. But I think he was thinking that if he doesn't hit Hondo, then well, would he just die though? And I should think he would. Yeah, the move is weird. I agree with that for sure because yeah, first strike in hand means that um, he's covering 10 in space, right?
Him also might just win the game off of drains this turn.
He's
One,
doing
two,
9.
three,
He's doing
four,
9 in
five,
drains.
six,
So.
7, 8, 9. Like yeah.
I mean, Steve has 5 cards in hand, so I don't think he's going to straight up die to drains.
The
But
first strike pings he very well
yeah,
lose to.
he might actually win the game with first strike pings here.
Save 2 in reserve deck so that you can battle twice.
I mean, depending on the life force count, he may not actually need to save 2 in reserve deck. Because if he kills him during the first strike ping, it doesn't matter if he draws Destiny or not.
Well, he's got a 7 in reserve deck. He might cause overflow at the system.
Oh, that's true. He does. He's going to draw a known 7. Oh, wow. Okay. So the space battle, let's see. Zuckuss
He
is
is going to
power.
save 2. I like that. You battle on the ground,
So
cause first strike damage, kill Figrin.
he's power 4. He is going to cause overflow in space. His power 14 up there right now. Right? Boba Fett and Slave 1 is power 7, yeah?
Yeah, there's 7. Fett is 2.
Well, no, Boba Fett and Slave 1 should be power 7. Yeah. And then Zuckuss and Mist Hunter is 4. Dr. E adds 3.
4, sorry.
So that's 14. He draws a 7/21 against no Destiny.
Yeah.
So that's power
21 in space.
Oh, is wildcard power 5 and not power 3? Is that maybe what I'm
No, it's
missing?
power 3 for sure.
Okay, so it's power 6 and covers 10. Or no, covers 11. So 17.
So he'll be peeling 4.
So he'd peel 4 plus the drains of 9. He should win the game this turn. Sam should win here, I think.
Yes.
Unless we've missed something. Which...
Sam also needs to win the game this turn. He's peeling the rest too much if he loses.
Yeah, I think
if he doesn't.
Yeah, Sam needs to win the game this turn for sure.
But Sam also knows he's going to win the game this turn. He's doing the math. Drain
Well,
1,
yeah,
drain 1, drain 2, drain 1, drain 2, drain 2.
He's doing the math, but also is like, okay, but let me make sure that I'm not screwing this up somehow. Because...
Yep.
Yep. Drain 1, drain 2, drain 2.
Steven might just lose to a first strike ping. He's got like 2 cards left. Oh, he has a card in hand.
Yeah, he has a card in hand and 3 cards down, but this overflow in space is going to kill him. Like, constantly seems to be missing some alien. Yeah.
Neighborin has been played like 3 times.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. This game I don't think went the way that either of their decks are scripted to go, but it certainly seems to have worked for both of them. So, because definitely Steve's made the game close, even though he certainly looks behind. He certainly looks like he's about to lose. But like, so Sam's counting, making sure that his math is correct on his diff, and then he's
got to have like 9 cards in force pile.
Yeah.
Or did he play an interrupt and he's at 12 maybe?
He played an interrupt, but I think he lost it then.
Yeah, could be.
I wonder if he's considering... Yep, there's the first strike, which...
I mean, first strike is going to be what wins him the game.
Yep, battles in space first. Pays 1 to retrieve 1.
I think you battle on the ground first, no?
I think you were supposed to battle on the ground first.
Unless we're mistracking and the top card's the 7.
That is possible. I think he's going to overflow anyway, though, because he's 14. He's 14 covering 17. So, like, unless the top card is really bad, he's going to overflow at least one, and then.
Okay, but on the ground,
Well, but then Hondo's going to overflow Figure and Dan, right?
Hondo's not going to overflow.
Oh, because he's only
Hondo's 11. Figured Dan covers 9 plus 1 to the battle destiny, so he covers 10 essentially.
Oh, he covers 12 in space, doesn't he? Because, or sorry, Dash covers one more because he's forfeit plus one. But I don't think that matters. Figurin does get 2 extra cover because he's destiny, like his battle destiny matters. Yeah, I think you were supposed to battle with Hondo first, unless we mistracked.
Unless we're mistracked, yeah.
All right, well, we'll see.
We'll find out here very shortly.
Steve's looking. He's like, "Did I screw this up?" like,
I hope this just didn't come down to like Steve forgot what Zuckus does.
Or
I really hope that's not why he's gonna lose this match.
He might have forgotten what this dash does, or thought
Steve really did mess this up.
He might have thought that this dash works with Dr. E when it does not.
So he's getting a rules question. Ancient Watering Hole's not going to add 2. It gets reset to 0.
Yeah. So he draws his... Oh, he peels to first strike. Right. Okay, he has to do that.
Is that a second copy of Galen, or did he retrieve it like 4 times?
I think it's the same one. Oh,
I hope so.
Yep. There's the 3. Sam...
So there's no overflow in this battle.
Sam mistracked this. Oh, no. I think Sam was supposed to... Oh no, that's incredible.
Sam needed to battle on the ground first.
Yep. He needs to battle on the ground first to cause this ping, and he's going to battle here, retrieve 1.
I mean, if my math is correct, Sam is not going to lose the game next turn.
No, he just retrieved 2, but he's going to eat... Well, okay, no, because he can block both space drains.
Yep.
Figure and Dan and Hondo will both die. And then he can block both space drains. He can take 2 damage, but he just retrieved 2, so that's fine. And but then Steve can't. Strike. Steve can't. But no, Steve doesn't actually have the ability to lose to first strike.
No, but I'm saying if Steve made a mistake not losing from hand, because now he can't battle.
He can't
and then cause a first strike damage and then draw a destiny.
Yeah, he can't. Well, he can't battle in both spots because, like, if Sam blocks both space drains, right? He takes 2, goes down to the 11 that he needs to win. Steve can battle, but that battle can't cause both of them to die. I don't think.
He should definitely move.
He should have moved. He should have. He should have moved the other way. Yeah, he should have moved Dr. E to Bestman because now actually, now Steve.
I mean, it doesn't matter because he only has 1 card left.
Oh, Sam has 14 left down. Okay, this is fine then. Okay. Also, I thought Sam had 13 left down, in which case he would take the 2 drain and then lose to first strike because Steve could just battle with Harksef, lose the battle, and then peel his last card. But
also, if Steve would have lost from hand, he could have still battled twice.
Yes.
Even if he has.
Yes, he should. Steve should have lost from hand. I don't know what that last card is, but it's not. It's not limited resources. So.
Like Secret Plans out. It's not like an On the Edge or something stupid. Like.
You know, it'd be gross if it was a Draw Their Fire.
That would actually be so disgusting.
And then he literally wins by exactly 1 from Draw Their Fire pings. that would be so absurd. I'm pretty sure it's not that. He can move his guys in front to block the... Oh, no, he can't because Lights Out occupies that side, so you can't do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that was almost a super sweet play.
Sam might actually have taken overflow in that battle, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh,
I think he does need to take a force back.
there's like 2 table judges here to figure out what happened. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think he does need to take a force back because he paid to move and then took it back.
yeah. Oh, are they realizing that Sam can in fact do this? Maybe.
Yeah, Lando's gone, isn't he?
Lower passage. Whoops.
Someone looked at Steve's card in hand, and I hope that was
Oh,
Steve.
lower passage only works while Lando's in play. That's what's going on. Lando has to be there. All right.
Like,
Worse is figuring out. Did you use too much force? What is happening here? Okay.
man, we should just do these on Gemp. So much easier. I think Sam is going to get lucky though. And not to say he didn't play this game with skill, but like he battled in the wrong order when he could have won the game by overflowing for 4, and obviously Steven has 2 cards on in
Yeah.
like play. And if Sam battles in the right order, he wins the game. So I think he's getting this
Um,
is
what this feels like to me is both players are super drained at the end of a really long match, and they're making some small misplays that we're able to see because we're not under pressure of playing the game. So,
the Hujix
yeah.
doesn't matter though.
Steve extends the hand. Yeah, the Hujix doesn't matter because he can't. Oh, he just showed it. Okay.
Did Steven just concede?
Steve just extended the hand. Yeah. So wow, all of
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Congrats to Sam for a
Well
super hard fought match.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, it doesn't end the game, but it still doesn't change the fact that you should have battled with the 7 in space to force the overflow.
Yeah. Yeah, he still should have done the battle, but ultimately it didn't matter as it turns out. But yeah, should have won. Should have done that space battle. But in any case,
Well done by Sam.
yeah.
Congratulations, top 4. He will be moving on. I have no idea what the bracket looks like.
Neither do I. So, whew, wow, that was a crazy end to that game. So, I am going to. We're gonna break. We're gonna put the break screen up here on the stream, and we'll see what we'll see where we're going from here. 4, 5, 7, 8 seeds are left.
So only one of the top 4 won. Huh.
Yeah. So Casey is going to be playing. Casey Anderson is going to be playing Jeff Levine, and Sam is going to be up here against Hayes Hunter. I imagine that Casey and Jeff will be over here, but we will.
Sam did just beat not Watch Your Step. Sorry, QMC.
Yeah.
So I'll have to do it again.
We'll see. We'll see how everything turns out here. But I'm going to break the stream for the moment. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned. And we'll be back soonish for you here.